The Lions. Real-life fantasy rugby. Bitter rivalries set aside in a quest to create the world's...
talkSPORT Sports Update with Trusted Trader. Find top-notch tradespeople in your area, all who pass the Trusted Trader 15-point assessment.
talkSPORT.
Good evening. Here are your news headlines, your sport headlines at 4 o'clock. Police at Villa Park say tonight will be interesting with Tommy Robinson and at least 2 Palestinian protest groups planning to attend Villa's Europa League clash against Maccabi Tel Aviv. Here's our man, Nick Ellaby, who's there.
Expecting 700 officers, dogs, drones. There's a no-fly zone to stop people flying their own drones. Speaking to a lot of the people and the businesses around here, I wouldn't say they were necessarily worried, but they are concerned, and everyone's talking about it.
Live commentary of the game will be found on talkSPORT tonight. Kickoff is at 8. Elsewhere, Ruben Amorim says, "We know mistakes were made in the past, but has urged fans to focus on the future and the improvement of the present." It's after Cristiano Ronaldo told Piers Morgan his former side are not on a good path and miracles are impossible. In other news, in America, Dallas Cowboys defensive lineman Marshawn Nealon has died at the age of 24. He scored his first touchdown in Tuesday's defeat to the Arizona Cardinals when he recovered a blocked punt. And ahead of Fiji on Saturday, Steve Borthwick has made 7 changes to the 15 that wallop the Wallabies. Marcus Smith will start at fullback. Chandler Cunningham-Stout starts at number 8 for the first time. Fly half Finn Smith has told TalkSport the whole squad will of course be watching Joe Marler in tonight's Traitors finale.
It's massive. I can't wait. Can't wait. This is going to be a big watch party going on at Richmond tonight. All of us piled in, rooting for Marler to get over the line. I reckon it's going to come down to him and Cat Burns one-on. I think it'll be one of those two. Marler's he's just sniffing them out, so I reckon he's going to do it.
Scotland, meanwhile, have left out Duhan van der Merwe and Jamie Ritchie for their game against the All Blacks, while Caelan Doris is back from injury to start for Ireland against Japan.
talkSPORT News.
The huge backlog for driving tests were exposing the scammers exploiting learner drivers across the country, and the Kings formally removed Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's Prince title. Amelia's back at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Whatever the weather, our range of services is longer than the queue at the Chippy on a Friday night. Tyres, MOTs, brakes and more. Book today at quickfit.com.
Some showery rain moving through the north and the east of the UK this evening. Elsewhere, mainly dry and very mild.
Good afternoon, this is Drive with myself, Ade Oladipo, and Mr. Darren Bent.
It's Darren here, by the way, Darren Bent. Easy.
There you go, see? Finally got it right.
Oh, no, it's only taking you, how long is it taking you?
About 50 shows. All right, coming up today, we're going to be asking whether missing out on tomorrow's England squad would be the end of Phil Foden's World Cup hopes. Kevin Hatchard joins us as well for Drive Worldwide. We're going to bring you all the build-up to this evening's Europa League and Conference League action. And British television legend Dermot O'Leary joins us on the show as well. All that plus we're going to hear what Mauricio Pochettino has been saying to talkSPORT. And British flyweight Hamza Uddin joins us on the show. Really excited about that, kid. This is Drive on talkSPORT. Remember, you can get involved 03717 223344.
Back in the day, I was a garage man.
What are you now?
Like a bit of garage still.
Like a bit of garage.
I'm hip-hop though, man.
Yeah.
Hip-hop through and through, man.
DJ EZ back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, oh, Jason
Right.
K. Do you remember Jason K?
No.
Tough Enough Brown?
Yes. We could do a whole 3-hour show on this.
He's
He's the king.
I went to one of his sets at Lovebox. I think it's Victoria Park.
I used to go to Venue in Ilford. A club called Venue in Ilford. Yeah.
I'm talking festival vibes.
Oh, no, okay.
Right, EZ, I promise you.
No.
Wow. I've never seen anything like it. It was pouring down my rain.
DJ EZ.
And I was sweating. So that tells you what you need to know, man. Raining and I'm sweating. But nah, DJ EZ. He's doing pure garage, remember?
It's just incredible nights.
Yeah, Ministry of Sound, pure garage.
Back ticket days. Remember, we had to get a big ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good old days. Don't even go out anymore.
Does the nightclub still exist?
No, of course they don't. Pubs, isn't it, really?
Do you know what's quite funny, though? I fought with you last night.
You fought steady.
No.
Wrong show, wrong time.
Nah, seriously. I fought with you last night. Completely destroyed. cursing you last night, man.
No, rightly so. I don't know why I went.
Why'd you go 2-2?
I don't know. I think that's because I wanted it to be 2-2.
You should be banned, you know.
Yeah, no. For giving those bet builder predictions, yeah. Oh my God, Shirky as well had a shot on target.
Yep. Haaland scored.
Wait, don't tell me I'm the only one that synced that bet.
You did,
am I the only one that synced it?
Yeah, 2-2. You went 2-2. Nah,
why did I do that?
Honestly, disrespectful, man.
Very disrespectful.
You should be banned from any
sort of betting.
I should have 2.
Oh, you should have to. You should do your pick and my pick. No, you are right. You didn't say anything when I did it.
No,
you didn't.
In the meeting, we all went, "What are you doing?"
No, you didn't.
Yeah, we did. Ask show.
No, you didn't. No. Nice of you to be here today, by the way.
Sorry, mate.
Nice of you to turn up at 10 to 4.
Physio.
10 to 4.
Physio.
It's not the point. We get to the show. You know what it's like. Production meeting 2:30. Discuss the show, and you just turn up at 10 to 4.
Physio.
But it's good.
It's the only time
you wouldn't do this as the Goldstein sitting here.
I would. Trust me. Mate, when I get on the back of the bus, there's been times I've rolled in at 5 to 4.
Okay.
But listen, I did this for the talkSPORT's purpose.
Okay.
They want me to play in this talkSPORT paddle next week. If my knee needs to be all right.
This paddle revolution's just... It needs to stop, doesn't it?
So I either don't go to my physio and don't play next week, and then what happens? I blame you for that.
What do you like most, paddle or darts?
Oh, paddle all day, every day.
Because you play darts all day, every day.
Not really.
You've got a dartboard. You've even got your darts with you.
Do you know what?
Have you got your darts with you?
I take them everywhere.
Do you?
Just funny. Shout out, I think it's Windmill. They sent me a new board and a new thing last night. Came to my house, didn't know it was coming. Shout out Windmill.
1 second, you can't just do that.
They sent me it.
You can't just shout Windmill. Like I just did it again. You can't just shout them out. They're not sponsoring the show. You just gave them free advertising.
No, but they gave me.
Yeah, they gave you. They didn't give talkSPORT.
Look in the green room. They sent the green room, all the stuff in there.
Well, Windmill, I play darts as well.
Forget
if you want to send me anything, please do. Man City were fantastic yesterday.
They're brilliant, weren't they?
Yeah, they might be back.
Yeah, I mean,
it might just be back.
But anyone who thought otherwise and thought that maybe Man City were going to struggle a little bit crazy, because Pep Guardiola is one of the best coaches we've ever seen.
Yeah.
He's got a great squad of players there, but like anything, it takes time to gel. And again, I go back to it. When you've got someone at the top end of the pitch who's at the peak of his power, scoring goals, looks fit, was captain yesterday as well, looks hungry for more and more goals, it doesn't really matter. It does matter to a point if no one else is really scoring, but as long as he's scoring, he looks hungry, worry about that problem later.
Yeah, you got a chance.
Yeah, you've got a chance in every game.
Yeah, if you can just somehow keep a clean sheet and then it just falls to him.
Yeah, it'll score.
Like he did yesterday, you know he's going to score.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I become a 1-in-1 man. You're a striker. I mean, back in your day, it was like 1 in 3 was good. One goal in 3 games. 1 in 2 was world class.
Yeah. Now all of a sudden, Ronaldo, his record at Real Madrid, where he scored more goals in games played, is. And I think Harry Kane's on that at Bayern.
Yeah,
scary.
Haaland's on that right now.
Yeah.
I said yesterday on the show that unfortunately it seems as though Haaland doesn't have any sort of Robin to his Batman. And then Phil Foden, clearly listening to the show, as I know all Man City players do, just decided, I'll show you boys.
No, not boys, you.
So you thought, didn't you think that he'd kind of vanished for a little while?
Not vanished, I just don't think like my gripe with Foden was always been like, why can't we see the same Foden for England? I've always said that he's a phenomenal player for City, but we'd never ever seen half of that player for England. But I can't wait for tomorrow, the England squad. Boy, because Bellingham at the minute's on fire for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Foden is back to his best for Manchester City.
Yeah.
Wharton's playing well for Palace.
Yeah. So it's such a good squad. It's almost like it's the World Cup squad. It isn't, but it feels like that. Like whatever squad he names tomorrow, if you're not in, then that could be it. Well, like Grealish is playing really good for Everton. Yeah. Someone's going to miss out.
I just wonder if you're right. Will there be? Because you've got to think Palmer's not going to be in it tomorrow. No, he's injured.
Yeah,
but you think
that's almost saved Tuchel. Because if Palmer was fit and firing, and obviously you can't pick Jude, Foden, and Palmer.
You might have to.
Yeah.
Well, no, Palmer can play off the right, so you do.
It's 3-10s though, really, isn't it? All right, Phil Foden starred again for City last night as they beat Dortmund, scored 2 fantastic goals. As we just alluded to there, the England squad will be announced tomorrow. Is this the last chance to convince Thomas Tuchel?
Pocket of space for Foden. He gets it onto his left foot, drives it to the far corner. It's a world-class finish from a super player.
When he needs to be called upon, he turns up, Phil Foden. Yeah, I think he's back to his best.
It's a brilliant goal, and it was pretty as a picture.
Pep's picked him in a lot of games recently and given him a bit of a run, and it's kind of no surprise then that you start to see the best of him.
City still coming forward. Foden! Oh, yes! A lovely little body swerve onto his left foot, arrowed into the far corner.
It's absolutely out of this world from Phil Foden. I talk about it all the time, about him being on the half turn.
Phil Foden, star of the show, 2 brilliant
goals from distance.
How can we talk about England and not Phil Foden at the same time? I find it astonishing.
It's not that astonishing. Yeah, Phil Foden scored twice for Man City last night as they won 4-1 at home to Dortmund in the Champions League. That took his tally to the season. It's not great, by the way. 4 goals and 3 assists. I mean, it's okay, but it's not incredible. Is this other music? Or are we continuing?
Jack's dancing. I'm guessing he likes the music.
Oh, this is what Jack does. Okay. All right, Thomas Tuchel names his next England squad tomorrow, and Foden hasn't been a part of the last 3 camps. City boss Pep Guardiola spoke to the media after the game and was asked whether Foden deserves a call-up.
Thomas is so smart and wise and knows exactly what the national team needs. And I think Thomas knows perfectly Phil. So Phil, what to do is play better and better and better. And national team is different, I think like a team. National team is a short time, it's the vibe of the club, the team and everything. Create a team when you are not a team, because you are not there all together every day. But come on, Phil, there's no person in this country and all around the world that don't know his quality and ability.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he's Pep's sort of hit the nail on the head there. His quality and ability is incredible. And those 2 goals he scored yesterday were very reminiscent of the goals he was scoring when he was the Player of the Year, where he just done that for fun.
Yeah.
Just basically cutting and he knew what was going to happen. You might as well start walking to the halfway line, basically.
Yeah, of course.
Does he get into your England 11?
No, he doesn't. And this is the problem. The Phil Foden, and I understand, listen, for Manchester City, he has been phenomenal. But I've not yet seen him step up for England. And I've heard people make...
Foden issue or manager issue?
Well, a little bit of both, really. I mean, unfortunately, he plays in a position where we are very heavily loaded. Now, I've seen Jude play well for England. I've seen Cole Palmer have his moments for England.
Agreed.
I've not seen Phil do that yet. Now, people make excuses for him. And I'm a big Phil Foden fan. Right now, he doesn't start. He doesn't start for England for me. I'm not shoehorning him in on that left-hand side because we won't see the best of him. He has to play in the middle somewhere. Now, I guess you could go Bellingham, then a little bit deeper, Rice a little bit deeper from where he's been playing, and then play Foden as the 10. You could do that.
100%.
But then he's up against Cole Palmer. Now, in my personal opinion, and I don't know what you think, if they're both at their absolute maximum, I'm taking Palmer.
Yeah.
Because Palmer it carries more of a goal threat, I think, for England, not just for his club side. I mean, his club numbers are
There's an arrogance
scary.
with Palmer as well. Give me the ball. I don't care who this is.
Exactly.
Saw him in the Club World Cup do it. So those PSG defenders, it's almost like, I don't care who they are.
Yeah, but then you've also got Eze who's playing well for Arsenal, right? So I think that central position is going to be really key for Thomas Tuchel. And you're probably right, the fact that there's been a few injuries in there makes the decision a little bit easier. But no doubt, if we saw the same Phil Foden for Manchester City that we saw, if we saw the same Phil Foden for England that we see for Man City, it wouldn't be a discussion. Everyone would be like, he starts. He has to start. But we haven't seen them, and that's why we have this discussion.
Yeah. Do you think Thomas Tuchel picks him?
Yeah, he has to. He has to. I don't see how he leaves him out.
Well, he does because, as you just said, there's almost other players now that can play in that position. Like Jude will play in the 10. Eze can play in the 10.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you leave out Phil Foden. Yes, you've left out a fantastic talent, but it's not as big as leaving out a Saka or a Kane.
No,
you know what I mean?
100%. And
yeah, because there are players that can play in that position.
Exactly, and there are players that have played better in that position for England than Phil has. And that's just fact. Now, again, a lot of people who are big Phil Foden fans, and I understand it, will make excuse after excuse. Well, he's never played in his natural position. He's never done this. He's never done that. And all. It's almost like the scenario's got to be perfect for Phil to play well for England. I think other players in the squad can adapt and play. Like I've seen Palmer play off the right, play number 10. Yeah. And they get on with it. Yeah, we don't make excuses for these players.
I've seen Jude do the 8 and the 10.
We haven't seen. We don't make excuses for these players. But again, like Phil Foden right now, he has to be in the squad. I just don't see how he's not in the squad. Do you know what I mean? I can't see it.
Yeah. Who's your England free out of interest in midfield?
What? My opinion?
Yeah. If you first game World Cup, you're England free in that midfield. Your opinion, not what Thomas Tuchel would do, because I think that's kind of difficult.
I would go. Holding would be Adam Wharton, but the fact he isn't playing, he hasn't been called up, I'd probably get Elliot Anderson because I think he deserves, from what he's done in his previous internationals, he would probably get the nod. Then Rice and Bellingham.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, Rice and Bellingham. They're the two.
I'm with you on Wharton, by the way.
Yeah, I love
Wharton's fantastic.
Well, we haven't seen it yet.
It's almost as though Anderson's now getting picked above Wharton because of, as you said, the last couple of games for England.
Yeah, and that's no disrespect because Anderson's been brilliant, but I love Wharton.
Yeah. All right, cool. Look, we're taking your calls on this one. England squad's going to be announced tomorrow. After what you saw from Phil Foden, look, everyone thinks he's back to his best. surely he gets into this squad. And if he doesn't get into the squad, surely that's it then for his World Cup plans. Would Phil Foden start for you for England in the World Cup? Should Phil Foden be in the England squad for the World Cup? Get in touch, 03717 22 3344. Nice track. Nice track, fair. Good track. Good music. Is this your choice, Benty? Is this your
Jack? Like, fair play, Jack. I like it.
This is Jack. Jack lives in Brixton now. He's away around the area. He's clearly influenced.
Yeah.
Clearly influenced from the area. You're listening to Drive on talkSPORT. Ade Oladipo, Darren Bent, and Just Eat score a home win with mouth-watering matchday meals in time for kickoff.
Jack, don't worry. My dad's down there quite a lot. I'll recommend a nice Jamaican for you. Trust me. Jamaican restaurant.
Yeah.
Down in Brixton. Trust me.
You know what I need? I need a coffee.
Huh?
Jack, if Jack's in a great mood, I need a coffee right now. I'd love a coffee.
How'd you go to coffee?
What's the best way to get it in quickly while everyone's in a good mood and talking?
Joe, he wants someone to go downstairs and get him a coffee. He's been sad to it from out there.
Yeah, like a really good cup of coffee though.
You don't want to go to that machine there?
Nah, I don't want the machine.
So you want someone to get out, who's working to get out of their seat and go downstairs for you?
Yeah.
See, I thought Andy was bad.
All right, still to come, we're going to be joined by British TV legend Dermot O'Leary, but just quickly, Roma striker Evan Ferguson, we were talking about him yesterday, she want me, has been called up to the Republic of Ireland squad for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers despite struggling with an ankle injury. Sir Gareth Southgate, it's so weird to say this, Sir Gareth Southgate has admitted his passion for football has been on hold since resigning as England manager last year. Where does he go if he even if his passion's reignited?
Just the problem is that you're right. Is where does he go? Because
would he take the Wolves job?
No, he'll look at that as beneath me, but it's beneath him. But I reckon also you'll get a lot of Wolves fans that come and go, nah.
Yeah,
that's the problem you got. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's done a phenomenal job for England, but you're going to get clubs like he's been Sir and what he did in terms of reuniting the country and the players and stuff. But I remember we did a kind of a phone in on here and we spoke about.
You think Wolves fans? So I didn't remember.
I bet you get some that go.
You think Wolves fans will say no to Gareth Southgate?
Not all of them, but you'll get some that go.
The majority then.
You'll go nah.
Don't fancy him.
Don't fancy him. Want someone else.
Considering what he's done for England, crazy. All right, Super Alan McCoy joined the Breakfast Show this morning and he said Thomas Tuchel can't ignore Phil Foden any longer.
I've got to say to you, mate, on that form last night, he walks into the squad. And you're spot on. He's got probably a little bit of an embarrassment of riches, Tuchel, you know, with Cole Palmer and Saka and all those boys who can play along, even Grealish, Gordon. You know, the list seems endless. But I would suggest you on that forum, he's got to at least be in the squad.
All right, let's take your calls on it. We are talking Phil Foden, who looked fantastic against Borussia Dortmund. Still, though, only 4 goals and 3 assists.
Also, as well,
season.
And I understand what Ali's saying, and Ali watched him, and he is phenomenal for City, but at the expense of who?
Yeah. I'm happy you said that.
Out?
Yeah, it's easy to say he should be in.
Yeah.
Who comes out?
Well, because you're not taking part. Like Palmer has been good, but his injuries, and maybe there's an issue there. Eze's been good for Arsenal. Rashford, by the way,
not starting for Arsenal.
No, but he has been.
He hasn't established himself.
No, but he has
England
since,
Arsenal 11
since Odegaard's been out. He has been starting.
Okay,
Rashford reignited himself in Barca, and Thomas Tuchel likes him. So who gets left out?
Yeah, it's almost like everyone's just got recency biased memories because he's played well in the last couple of games.
Get him in.
Get in. What everyone else has done since the start of the season. All right, let's go to the phone lines. 03717 223344. Let's go to Tim, Manchester United fan, I believe. Tim, would you have him not just in the squad? Phil Foden, would you still have him as a starter for England?
First off, I'd just like to say I think Phil Foden's a phenomenal footballer, but I think he's very much a system player.
We agreed.
And Pep plays a system that suits Phil Foden down to the ground. Phil Foden isn't on his 15th cap for England. He's had plenty of chances to show how good he is under different managers. I wouldn't have Phil Foden in the squad. And the only reason for that is not because I don't think he's an unbelievable player, so I don't think he does it for England. And more importantly, I think we've got current players in that squad, like Bellingham, like Morgan Rogers, and like Cole Palmer, who are fantastic for England, that prove they can do it under the current manager, work hard off the ball, deliver, and score goals and get assists. So I don't think we need him. We need to stop doing what we did with the Golden Generation and fantasise about cramming all these players in. France don't do it. Every World Cup, France dropped some unbelievable player who everyone's like, how's he not in their team?
Tim, you made a really good point about Morgan Rogers, because I almost forgot about him. And in the last internationals, I thought he was outstanding, and he's playing well again. He's back to the levels that we saw last season. So that's my point, Tim, is that people are saying we need to get him in, but at the expense of who?
Why? You know, yeah, unbelievable players. Stop picking players and trying to put them in on the wing or inside forward just because you want them in the squad. Stick to having the best 11 players for those positions for the system Thomas Tuchel wants to play. That's my view.
Great call, Tim. And I guess this is Thomas Tuchel has no loyalty whatsoever to Phil Foden, does he either?
No.
See, and the way in which he picked Elliot Anderson, he will just pick the best players.
Yeah.
Like the best players that he thinks can play the system he wants, you're in.
My only thing with Phil, right, which might happen, is that he might go he might just go, well, do you know what, Phil? Like, I can't leave everyone out. Everyone's played their part. So Phil might not be in the squad tomorrow because Thomas Tuchel might go, well, how do I get you in? I'm going to have to leave somebody out to bring you in. And everyone has done their bit.
Yeah, and everyone that played in those last couple of internationals actually played well for their club since.
Yeah.
So you are dropping someone because of Phil Foden, who hasn't performed for England. All right, let's go to Joe, Man City fan. Joe, I'm guessing you're going to say he should be in the squad. Why?
Mate, it's baffling me that this is even a conversation. I don't understand how you're questioning this. You just mentioned the people have got recent memories, basing it on his current form.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, he was Player of the Year in the Prem, not just City's Player of the Year, Premier League Player of the Year, with De Bruyne still there, Haaland still there, and every other player in the Premier League. He didn't play much last season for apparently personal reasons, which Pep gave him a bit of time to deal with. 10 games into this season, everybody's saying he's back to his best. So are you not basing leaving him out on last year when...
I'm basing leaving him out in the fact that he's never done it for England. Now we're going into a major tournament and he's had enough chances to play for England and play well, and it's yet to happen. So that's what I'm basing that off. I'm basing it on other players getting in the squad and performing in a shorter space of time better than he ever has for England.
That seems like an England problem then. Like I said, somebody was mentioned then about him being a system player. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'll take that point. So why would you not play to that system then?
But Joe, you know, Joe, the other 10s that have come in and played, have played well. So Cole's come in and played well. So is Jude. So he's competing with those two, isn't he?
Yeah, but this thing with the Jude Bellingham thing, all the England fans ringing in going, "Oh, Bellingham." How many Real Madrid games do you watch? You're just listening to do you know what I mean? Maybe not you two, because it's your job as such, but the average England fan, do they watch Real Madrid all the time to see how Bellingham's doing?
But how good does he play when he plays for England?
Yeah, no, he does do it. He does do it. Again, I'm not saying he's putting Foden versus Bellingham here. What I'm saying is the conversation that should he be in the squad. The last full season he played, Premier League Player of the Season, and 10 games into this season, everyone's going, "Oh, he's back to his best." So are we basing it on a blip of last season, which for personal reasons, whatever, I don't know the ins and outs of that, Pep and Foden will do, but are we basing this conversation on leaving him out because of last season? Because the season before, he walked into it, and based on what you're saying, so far this season, he's back to his best and should walk into it.
I love the debate. It's a good one, isn't it? We might take more calls and go back to it because phone line is lit up about Phil Foden here. All right, still to come, we are going to be joined by British TV legend Dermot O'Leary, but first, it's time for No Googling. All right, we want to know, which goalkeeper did Phil Foden score his first Premier League goal against? Which goalkeeper? It's a great question here. Did Phil Foden score his first Premier League goal against? Answer when we come back.
some of the best off-camera anecdotes from recent years at the Ryder Cup. As caddy Billy Foster went to relieve himself at the Belfry, he noticed only one of the 2 cubicles had toilet paper. Shortly after he'd sat down, Tiger Woods went into the empty cubicle and realised his mistake all too late. So Foster took some paper, reached under the cubicle with a rescue offering, and as Tiger went to take it, Foster uttered the words, "Europe, one up." Fast forward 10 years to the miraculous Medina. Rory McIlroy overslept and was in danger of missing his Sunday tee time. Thankfully, travel organiser Erica Stoll sorted him a police escort, and 3 years later, McIlroy proposed. Scottish legend Sam Torrance tells many a yarn about the great Ballesteros. Apparently, Seve would regularly give coaching clinics to his European teammates. When the same players asked for help a week later at the Italian Open, Seve would tell them to Having started with a Billy Foster story, let's finish with one from the 12th tee at Oakland Hills in 2004. It was Jimenez and Garcia against Westwood and Clark in a practice round, and as they finished, Foster decided to jump in the buggy and speed away with all their clubs, only to lose control entirely and see it careering towards the spectators. Thankfully, the Red Sea parted and the buggy smashed into a tree, with viewers and clubs still intact.
By the way, just like no coffee yet. Just thought I'd put that out there. No coffee. No one's got me a coffee. And I can she's looking at me as well. She's like, no, it's all right. Sit there. That's fine. Don't move. Don't. What am I bad for asking for a coffee?
Go and get yourself.
I can't. I've got a show to do.
What?
Got a show to do. Ade Oladipo alongside Darren Bent.
Give someone your card. They'll go for you.
All right, cool. I haven't got a card. All right, the no Googling question before the break. Which goalkeeper did Phil Foden score his first Premier League goal against? Do you know the answer?
Who's the team?
Spurs.
Lloris.
You still ain't gonna get it.
Lloris.
Nope.
Gazzaniga.
Yeah, well done.
Who ain't gonna get
Paolo Gazzaniga. Well done. 2019. How many goals has Phil Foden got in the Premier League?
Fair few.
Over 60?
Yeah.
Over 60, guaranteed. Okay, we'll check that. All right, still going. We're going to be asking what you make of the new Champions League format. But now let's turn our attention to a bit of NFL, a sport that you absolutely are obsessed with.
Yeah,
you love.
I watch it every week.
Is it? Would you say it's your second sport behind
to
football?
watch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not I mean to play, obviously, but yeah, to watch.
You have it above boxing, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a trick.
Yeah, I do, yeah. Because do you know what it is? It's every week.
Yeah, it's true, it's true. All right, fans can now watch 2 Sunday evening games free of charge thanks to Channel 5. Let's learn a bit more as we're joined by host of their coverage and British TV legend, icon, Mr. Dermot O'Leary. That you are, sir, that you are. How are you?
Chickatrade.com.
Dermot, how are you, Dermot? Good?
My radio producer just texted me and he said, I know more about special offers at Wix than I do about his own son's hobbies.
Who texted that?
My radio producer.
Oh, wow. But you know a bit about everything, that's why.
How are you guys?
Not bad. We're very excited to have you, more so because of this free NFL now every week, which is important. I almost feel like the NFL coverage has been like a bit of a hot potato. Now it has a home, Channel 5 as well. You must be excited.
Well, we're about, what is it, week 9 now or week 10 coming in? So we're sort of settled in now, and it's a crazy show. So basically the idea behind my show, like you said, Channel 5 have got 2 shows on at it, yeah, 2 games on. And with our show, so I've got a mate, Dan, who came up with the idea. He's got a company called Hungry Bear, he made Michael McIntyre and Gladiators. And Dan came up with the idea, he said, what happens like when the game stops? Obviously in the States, they have loads of commercials. We can't have that many commercials. So what if there's a game during the game against 2 rival sets of fans, and you're only in play when your own team has the ball? Now, so far, so straightforward. What no one explained to me before I started it was that we're taking the American truck, yeah. We take their feed.
Yep.
Now, so one week we could be taking CBS, then we could be taking Fox, then we could be taking NBC. How they approach their games are all slightly different. So I've no idea when it's coming to me whether I've got 30 seconds, minute and a half, 2.5 minutes. If the games are running over or under, suddenly you've got 6 or 7 minutes of punditry to do. So in many ways, it's the most exciting show I've ever done. I'm enjoying it so much, I can't tell you.
Dermot, I mean, when I know exactly what you mean by when the ball goes out of play and obviously the clock stops and they call timeouts and then it automatically gets thrown back to you. But do you end up discussing things that are going on in the game, or do you discuss, I don't know, it could be anything like the teams you support or things like that?
Pretty much it all depends how long we've got, and it all depends where we are in the game. Because, you know, some games, like the game we had last weekend was super exciting, went up to the wire. Whereas some games, I think we had a couple of weeks ago with the Eagles Giants, and you kind of, you know, Giants played pretty well in the end, but the Eagles just like blew them away. So after the fourth quarter, when our game show's kind of finished, and you're basically hosting a watch party, you know, there's only so much you can analyze when it's so one-sided. So then you can just talk about the culture around the game. And what I love about it is, what team do you support, Benty?
I'm an Eagles fan.
Oh, good for you. And what about you, Eddie? Do you follow a team at all?
I follow it a little bit, and I now have adopted the LA Rams because I went to the Super Bowl where the Rams won.
Yeah.
That was my first time. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to literally follow the coattails of the winners.
It doesn't have obviously it does over there, but over here it's not tribal like football is, or it's not, you don't follow your country in the same way you do, you know, with the rugby. Like, so, you know, I'm a big Arsenal fan and I love Irish rugby, right? Those are my 2 kind of sort of loves in sport. Whereas American football is, your nan went to Pittsburgh and brought you back a pendant or a hat, and then you're like, well, I'm a Steelers fan, you know. So I turned on the TV in the 80s to see Dan Marino throw this beautiful 50-yard spiral to Mark Clayton in the Florida sunshine, these gorgeous kind of white uniforms with a little bit of the flash of like turquoise and aquamarine and orange, and then I turned over and Miami Vice was on, and I was like, well, these are my guys. I mean, I just want to hang out with these guys, not knowing they were going to suck for 40 years.
Dermot, I mean, the game over in this country is getting bigger and bigger every year. It seems like it. We're getting more games. I think has been mentioned about the quality of game we're getting over here, but that's by the by. Of course, it's getting bigger and bigger. Have you noticed that as well yourself? Certainly, I know your show's quite new, but have you noticed how big it's getting over here?
Well, also, I played for about 10 years. So when I was growing up, I played. So I've sort of followed it from year dot, really. And sort of where I grew up was in East Anglia, and so there were a lot of American air bases. So we got coached by Americans, and for a period of time, it was that and rugby were like about 10 years of my life were everything to me. And yes, definitely got bigger. I mean, I think in terms of quality of games, I think that's kind of a bit of a dead rubber, really, because you just don't know the games you're going to get. You can get incredible games, it's a really good year for that, because anyone, like, you can tell, like, the undefeated records went really quickly, like within the first 5 weeks or so. So I think anyone can beat anyone. I think that's a good thing for a league. I don't want to watch a league, whatever sport it is, where it's too predictable, and I love that about this year.
The game, as you say, it is getting bigger over here, right? I think they're even introducing college football over here. It's coming over from America, which shows how big it is.
Incredible.
What about participation over here? In terms of actually people competing over here, and then obviously eventually, if they're good enough, going over to America and playing college football?
I think that it's a good question. I think, look, it's a gateway program, and Alex, one of the gladiators, who he's been doing some stuff for us, and he was on the practice squad for the Falcons for 3 years. And actually, he's really interesting because we sort of got him on because he was Apollo from the Gladiators, and he used to play tight end. But then when Osi Manura has been down at the games at Tottenham and Wembley, Alex has been doing a punditry, and it's been brilliant to have someone who, like, in any way, shape or form, 3 years in the practice squad from a kid growing up over here that played rugby is a success.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, crazy.
So unbelievable. So he has he reads the game really well, but also he's got brilliant insight around what it's like to be part of a squad. OC obviously has won 2 Super Bowls with the Giants, like his next level. But it's been really interesting to have that insight for someone who's kind of grown up over here, played rugby and gone over there. I mean, I think if, like, hand on my heart, I think the game in Britain should be, as kind of as more supported, and you should get as much participation. It'd be great to see a bit of kind of NFL and kind of brick ball kind of cross pollination, but not necessarily with the view to getting someone who's playing now to go and play over there. I mean, I think that's kind of generationally what we're after, and that'd be incredible. And I think it's the standard of games over here are so good now, especially in the sort of the Premier, the top division, especially with the big London teams, that you could see it. Yeah.
I just wonder financially how difficult it is as well for teams just to start up. Obviously, all the equipment, it's not cheap, is it? Well, sports, it's just a hoop, isn't it? If you want to play basketball and stuff like that. What games have we got coming up this Sunday, Dermot?
Wow. Very interesting, because I thought we were going to do Bills Dolphins, and I'm a huge Dolphins fan. No,
2-7 for the Dolphins. Ooh.
Yeah, not that massive expectation about what might happen this weekend. But so we're actually going to go. I think we're going Ravens at the Vikings, which is a really interesting game because we had the Vikings on last week, and they actually played really, really well. And their defense especially played really, really well. But now the Ravens have got Lamar Jackson back, who's their quarterback, who's, this kind of probably up there with the top 3 or 4 quarterbacks in the league. And they've got a terrible record right now, but now he's back. I don't know what their run is like, but they've got a fair chance of turning it around. But their issue is they've got to now get over their divisional rivals so they can make the playoffs.
Dermot, top man, appreciate you coming in.
Now let's talk about football.
Go on. Are you going to win? Are you going to win the league or not, Dermot? Because every Arsenal fan I speak to seems to fence it. Are you going to be that brave Arsenal fan?
Yes, we're going to win the league.
No, not you, Benty. Not you. Dermot's scratching his head. Look, he's scratching his head as I'm asking the question.
Way too early.
Oh, there we go. Here we go.
You know what? I tell you what I would say, Ade, there's a lovely vibe about the club right now. Although you'll love this, I went to the League Cup, which I love going to the League Cup games because the league's brilliant, right? But you know that you pretty much know the starting 11 when you go to league. Yeah. You go to a cup and you're like, great, I'll see Max Damon play 70, 80 minutes, or and so I went down and the game against Brighton. And we won, and I've had a season ticket now for 20 years. And my mate, who I sit next to, was walking to the tube, and he had 2 kids go, "Hey, did you see Dermot O'Leary there at that game?" And his mate went, "Yeah, they're all coming out of the woodwork now at top of the league." I was like, season ticket for 20 years, guys.
If I want to put you on the spot, Dermot, here, because I always chuck it to Bentley. If Arteta doesn't win one of the big ones this season, and there's only 2, let's be honest, there's 2 big ones. Champions League, how much pressure?
I think the pressure's there. I don't think he'll go, but I think that squad and where it is now has about 2 to 3 years before if we don't win something in 2 to 3 years, before vultures start circling and players' heads get turned to try and go and win something somewhere else, whether that's in Spain or whether that's somewhere else in England. So I don't necessarily think. I mean, Arsenal, like they're not known for like changing their managers willy-nilly. It's always a project there, which I think is in many ways is I think what we love about it. But yeah, of course, I think we have to win something in the next couple of years, and obviously this year is a great window. If we can keep the consistency together, if that defense keeps playing how they're playing, and they are playing so well, we've got a shot.
There you go, Dermot O'Leary. Knows everything, doesn't he?
He does.
Absolutely everything. I could have asked him about frisbee. You would have said something about frisbee as well. Dermot, top man, appreciate you coming.
Cheers, Dermot.
Thank you very much.
I'll tell you what, though. Are you still there?
I'm still there. Go on. We're never gonna cut you off.
Right. I want to talk rules because I genuinely think they need to bring in a red for players that go out holding their faces when there's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah, oh yes, the thing is, or when they always seem to hold their knee when they get hit anywhere. Now, why is you always your knee you hold?
It's a straight red for me. Trying to get a player sent off as yellow anyway, right? So I know referees and pundits have got to call it out.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say, Dermot? Anything else? Flo, go? No?
Just keep up the great work, guys. Great to have. And someone get this man a coffee.
Top man, Dermot.
Cheers,
Appreciate
Dermot.
it. All right, now Nottingham Forest are in Europa League action away to Sturm Graz live on talkSPORT 2 this evening. Kickoff is at 5:45. Let's get the team news with Alex Crook.
Yeah, good evening, boys. Forest looking for their first European away win since way back in October 1995. They make 7 changes from the team that drew 2-2 with Manchester United on Saturday in the Premier League. Only Savona, Milenkovic, Williams and Gibbs-White keep their places. It means John Victor comes in goal for only his second appearance for the club. A back four of Savona, Milenkovic, Morato and Nico Williams, the left-back, Sangare and Yates, the captain in midfield, with McAtee, Gibbs-White and Nicolas Dominguez in behind Kalamuendu up front. It's 32 games and counting since an English team lost to Austrian opponents in a competitive fixture. That was Benty's Arsenal. Will that run continue tonight? It's Forest against Sturm Graz. It's live on talkSPORT 2.
He just had to dig, didn't he? For no reason. Absolutely no reason.
I'll get him tomorrow.
Okay, well done. Kick-off in about an hour for that one. All right, Celtic are also in action. They're away to Mitchell, and Paul Mitchell is watching for us, and he has the teams as well. Paul.
Indeed I do. Celtic have made 2 changes from the side. They beat Rangers at Hampden to progress to their 4th successive League Cup final. James Forrest comes in for his 122nd European appearance. Kieran Tierney also comes in. Onto the bench go Maida and Sarachi. So Celtic will have Schmeichel and goal. The back four of Ralston, Trusty, Scales and Tierney. Engels and McGregor. And then it'll be Forrest, Nigren, Tunecki and Kenny up front. For the Danes, well, they drew 1 apiece with Aarhus on Monday. Lost only 1 game this season. They make 5 changes, but Franchilo Ju, the 17-goal striker, will start as usual. And they're managed by Mike Tulberg, the Heart of Midlothian legend, who once played 11 times without scoring for Hearts back in 2008-2009.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you very, very much. All right, when we come back, a bit of Judge Paddy. Me and Benty are going to pick the 3 teams that we think are going to go down and try and make a solid argument. I've got the 3, so I'm right. So Benty's are going to be wrong. That's coming up.
I'm looking at a photo of Bruno Fernandes right now, actually.
Good afternoon, you listen to Drive on talkSPORT. Ade Oladipo, Darren Bent and Just Eat. Feed your squad with matchday meals delivered in time for kickoff. Still to come, we're going to be hearing your questions to Benty. Just save our number, 03717 223344, into your phone. Head to WhatsApp and send us a voice note asking anything. But it must start with WhatsApp Benty. You heard? WhatsApp Benty. All right, just quickly, Real Madrid have pulled out of the race to sign Crystal Palace's Mark Guéhi for free next summer. And Barcelona want to sign Marcus Rashford on a permanent basis, but cannot afford the 25.5 million purchase option in his loan deal. Crazy. All right, it's now time for this.
Objection! Sustained. I sentence you to a lifetime of supporting United. Football Court is now in session with Judge Paddy on talkSPORT with Paddy Power.
All right, it is now time for Order in the Court as we welcome Alex Fitzgibbon from our friends at Paddy Power for this week's Judge Paddy, who is here to rule on a topic that Danny and I are going to debate. What are we talking about this week?
Who's Danny, bro?
I don't know. Yeah, so I was reading that. Danny done on purpose, didn't they?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah. What's the topic today, Alex?
How are we, lads? Are you keeping all good?
Not bad.
This week we're going with, like you said, Ade, who's going to be relegated, the bottom three.
No, I think this is...
And you know what's funny? Alex can't show no favouritism either.
Slam dunk.
I mean, because
he can. No, you know what it is? We'll see his face change when we see the reaction.
I'm no one here to slag about getting a trim, Benty.
All right, so Benty and I get 45 seconds each to make our cases and present our evidence. Alex, you're going to judge us on knowledge, stats, delivery, and everything else that you think might be relevant. You ready?
Go first.
Yeah, Ade, you're up first because you're
Court is now in session. That is already wildly unprofessional.
All right, here we go. Wolves are going to go down just because they haven't won a game of football this season, have no manager, basically no good players. They sold all the good players and this summer haven't replaced them with anything else. Nottingham Forest also go down just because the owner's a bit... Move on, Ade, very quickly. Sean Dyche has come in, but he can't do miracles with his hands tied behind his back. And Burnley are going to go down as well, just because, look, I think Scott Parker's a great manager. I think they've got a good team. And last season, they conceded barely any goals. They've conceded goals so far this season. The Premier League's a different beast. So those are my three to go down. Wolves, Forest and Burnley.
Cheers, Ade. Benty, what's his stats like? Are these true or does he be like Andy, a few lies here and there?
No.
What I'm going to say is I'm looking over there at where he sits at the desk and there's not one bit of paper with anything written on it.
Forest, yeah, he's looking down there. Forest.
1 second.
Miles off it.
Yeah, you've written Wolves, Burnley and... Who's the other one?
I've got my laptop right in front of me. One second. Have you turned my laptop round?
There's no stats.
Go on.
All rise for the Honourable Judge Paddy.
Yeah, so my bottom of the table is going to be Wolverhampton Wanderers. I think no manager. They have got some good players, but I just don't think they're scoring enough goals. I mean, they've got a minus 15 goal difference. They've only scored 7 goals this season.
Open. Premier League table.
22 goals.
Premier League table in front of
Hey,
him.
can I,
Paddy,
Judge?
let him land,
Thank you. Second bottom, I've gone Burnley again. For that same reason, I just don't think they're going to score enough goals. I mean, last season, defensively breaking every record there was in the Championship, but this season they're already on -7. And third bottom...
The stats are insane.
I said that. Wait 1 second. I said that. I said what he just said.
Judge, I can't. And Leeds, please. I know, and Leeds as well, because at the minute they're currently... I think they're not in the bottom. They're not in the bottom 3. But when you look at what they've got coming up, Forest away, Aston Villa, City, Chelsea, Liverpool, their next few fixtures, I think by the time they come out of that, they're going to be in trouble.
Andy, when's Andy back?
Monday.
Yeah, Grant. We'll have Andy next week. Benty, that one goes to you. Andy, you had him there.
Thank you.
Talking all over my
1 second. I thought there was no favouritism here, Alex. It almost seemed as though I'd lost before I came on. I saw you. This is ridiculous. All right, thanks, Alex. There will be another debate in front of Judge Paddy next week. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
Judge Paddy on talkSPORT with Paddy Power.
Why are you talking over my delivery?
No,
I don't like that. I don't like that.
You know what? Can I say something? What? You're very good.
But I did my homework. That's why.
Very good. That was very good. Well, you do the show every single week, so you know what's coming up.
Honestly, you know what, Joe? Try to deliver my point, and you're just there over there.
Wait. He copied 2 of mine as well, Joe. No, why are we using Joe? Like Joe's the judge. We've already decided. Yeah. But you copied 2 of mine as well.
Well, that's not copying.
My Burnley stats were exactly what you said.
You didn't say a goal difference.
Did I not say that?
Nope.
Did I not say that? All right. Anyway, just coming up to 5 o'clock when we come back. Drive worldwide.
the Lions. Real-life fantasy rugby, bitter rivalries set aside in a quest to create the world's best team in weeks. There's nothing like it, but who on earth had the idea and how did it all begin? Incredibly, the first Lions tour was organised and funded by three men who played in England's first ever Test cricket match: opening bowler Alfred Shaw, opening batsman Arthur Shrewsbury and captain James Lillywhite. The 1888 Lions squad, then made up of 17 English, 4 Scots and 1 Welshman and a Northern Irishman, took a 46-day boat trip to New Zealand before heading to Australia. The Lions weren't alone on the boat. Also on board were 300 stoats and weasels who were brought over to eliminate New Zealand's rabbit problem. The first ever Lions captain, Robert Seddon, died of drowning midway through the tour while sculling on a river. Andrew Stoddart, who was another of the cricketers there, took over and was the star of the tour. The next one was the first to get official recognition from the RFU against the newly formed Springboks. Although the Lions won the series and beat the Boks again 5 years later, in the 12 series since in South Africa, they've only won 2. New Zealand has proved an even tougher hunting ground, just a 1 series win for the Lions in 11 attempts, which came in 1971. And then there was that nail-shredding drawn series in 2017, only the second in Lions history. Only once have the Lions clinched a series after losing the first test, 1989, when David Campese's infamous ghost pass was pounced upon by Ian Evans. Before World War II, the Lions had a dark blue strip, which on the 1930 tour forced the All Blacks to play in all white. So in 1950, the iconic red shirts, white shorts and blue and green socks combination was born. It remains the symbol of the greatest alliance of adversaries in all of sport. To borrow the phrase from Jim Telfer, the Lions is Everest.
Good afternoon, just gone 5 o'clock. You're listening to Drive on talkSPORT. Ade Oladipo alongside Darren Bent. Still
How
to come.
We, Darren? We well?
Yeah, I'm good, Kev. You?
Oh, all these voices. What is this?
Don't get
even Kev's laughing. I can see him on the screen. He's even laughing. He's probably thinking, how childish is this?
No, we do it every week.
Okay, still to come. We're going to be hearing your questions to Benty. Just save our number 03717 223344 into your phone. Head to WhatsApp. I do like this section actually.
You got to say
Head to WhatsApp and send us a voice note and ask anything, but it must start with WhatsApp Benty. Energy.
Awful.
Energy. But now it's time for this.
Drive worldwide. What?
All right, this is Drive Worldwide, where we take a look at some of the biggest talking points from across world football. And joining us now, European football expert Kevin Hatchard. Kev, how are you, my man?
How are we, chaps? We well?
Yeah.
I love it.
Kev's the greatest, isn't he? Kev is the absolute
love it.
Greatest. I feel like we should just chuck a trick question at him. Romanian second division top goal. I think he'll get it. Honestly, I believe he'll get it. Kev, look, a massive week, of action in the Champions League. Let's start with Bayern Munich, who sit top of the table after that 2-1 win away to Paris Saint-Germain. Luis Diaz, fantastic. Obviously didn't help himself getting sent off, but we'll skirt over that very quickly. They've won all 4 of their games in the competition. They've scored 14 goals in the process. There were a lot of eyebrows raised when Vincent Kompany got the job. Not many eyebrows being raised anymore. He's extended his contract at the club as well. He's done an incredible job.
Yeah, he has. And they've won all 16 games in all competitions. No team in the history of Europe's top 5 leagues has ever started a season like that before. And you look at the improvements they've made, and they are significant, because I think he's looking at ways to mitigate the risk. Whereas Barcelona are still playing that incredibly high line, Bayern are still squeezing up, but they're trying to have spells where they keep possession and recycle the ball. They're also trying to make sure they're even more aggressive with the press so that the ball actually never reaches that high line. And it is working, because you look at the way they went to Paris. They pressed high in the first half, got their rewards. Great example of that was Luis Diaz nicking the ball off Marquinhos for the second goal. And then once Diaz had been sent off, they then had to really dig in. And they've shown they were able to do that as well, played intelligently, managed the game as best they could, and they found a way to win. And they were given a bit of a scare by Dortmund in the sense that they nearly didn't win that game a few weeks ago. They were the dominant force in the first half and nearly didn't make it through, but they're finding ways to win even the tight games.
Kev, I mean, I think Bayern are one of the favourites, of course, in the way that they're playing, and they've got so many different options. I think the Luis Diaz red card, I mean, the challenge was at first, when I first saw it, Kevin, I don't know what you thought. I did think, I don't know if that's a red, but when you look at the replay, it was a bit naughty, Kev, wasn't it?
It's a poor challenge, and I think as well, you look at the clear damage it done to Hakimi, referees will tell you that doesn't make a difference, but it does. I mean, it does, because he was clearly hurt by the challenge. We know that, there's ligament damage, and so I could completely understand why that was a red card. But again, the way that they coped with that was very impressive against the European champions in Paris. And I know Dembele had gone off injured. I know Doué's out at the moment. So that's not helpful for Paris, but still a hell of a team. And they've been able to go there and win the game. And I think it's important for them in terms of belief. I think now they'll feel that they can take on anyone.
Defensively, though, Kev, for Bayern, I'm still not... And listen, you watch them far more than I do. There's still something about Upamecano where I'm a little bit uneasy. I like Jonathan Tah. I think he's good. I liked him at Leverkusen. But Upamecano, I don't know why, once every game, he'll do something and I think, that might cost them.
I think the only thing with him, I agree with you in the sense that bad stuff tends to happen to him. Yeah. Things like he'll give away a penalty or he gets sent off or something like that. But for every one of those, there's tons and tons of moments where he's actually stopped an attack before it's even begun, because he's really front foot. Like, he wants to go and win that ball before an attack develops. He wants to be aggressive. And because he's got the recovery pace to get away with it, he's always kind of played that like that and had that risk. Now, I think because he's got Jonathan Tah alongside him, who could sweep up a lot of that stuff, that works okay. And the other thing to remember about Upamecano this season, he's in a contract year. So Bayern would love him to sign a new deal, but Liverpool have been linked with him. A lot of other big clubs have been linked with him. And so, players do naturally, I think, when they're in the final year of their contract, just are a little bit more aware of that situation. Maybe.
You mentioned Liverpool. Perfect segue. Let's talk about Liverpool's performance against Real Madrid. Was it a case that Liverpool were just too good, too up for it, too fired up, or were you a little disappointed with Real Madrid's performance?
Yeah, I was a little disappointed with Real Madrid's performance, but the caveat there is that Liverpool played them off the park, and it was by far Liverpool's best performance of the season. I think it was the only complete Liverpool performance we've seen this season, where from the get-go to the end, they were the better team by quite some distance. If it isn't for Thibaut Courtois making, 9 saves altogether, Liverpool win that game comfortably. So great for Liverpool, big step. I think obviously having Szoboszlai, McAllister and Gravenberch as your three in midfield was a lot more familiar and a lot more effective. I was quite intrigued by Florian Wirtz off the left, because my fear with that is always that he could get a bit sidelined, but actually he interpreted that position really well and got himself into some great positions. He made 5 chances in the first half, so showed you how heavily involved he was in the game. But on the Real Madrid side of things, even though in terms of wins, they've made a good start, right? They're top of La Liga. They've just won El Clasico, all great. But you look at the 2 big away games they've played. They've been to Anfield and lost. They've been to Atletico Madrid and been hammered. And then you look at what happened against PSG in the Club World Cup. Now, people are putting those together and saying, well, it's all very well beating, some of the lesser lights in La Liga and the Champions League, but what happens when you're playing these big sides, especially away from home? So they're questions that, rightly or wrongly, Xabi Alonso is still having to answer.
Kev, there's a lot of people that spoke about this format, and I think for the week we've just had, Bayern, PSG, Liverpool, Real Madrid, I really like the format because we're getting some of these big games early on, and I think it makes the Champions League better. What do you think?
Love it.
Big games that mean what, though?
It's still just big games. I like it.
Yeah, I think they are big. And I think what they've got right, the idea of the European Super League was really flawed. And the reason it was flawed is that you had a closed competition where these big hitters would play each other ad infinitum, and you get really bored of it. Now, I know Liverpool have played Real Madrid in successive seasons now, but you're getting more big games, but it's not at the cost of the rest of the competition. And what I love about this season's competition is that some of the lesser lights, in inverted commas, are actually really showing up. So Karabakh just drew with Chelsea.
Yeah.
They've won 2 games already. So they've been to Benfica and won. And they've won another game as well. Paphos, never been in the competition before. Well, they've just beaten Villarreal and they've got 5 points already. So some of these teams that some people want to get rid of from the competition entirely are really showing up and making it tough for teams. So I think there's a depth of quality there. And I think the format does add jeopardy because, make no mistake, these big hitters, they want to make that top 8. They do not want to be in a playoff to make it through. So there's jeopardy for the top 8. And then there's jeopardy for teams just to stay in the competition, full stop.
Isn't there? I guess the only thing I miss about the old format is the idea of, take the Liverpool-Real Madrid game. Liverpool going to the Bernabeu and playing a game. So that return fixture, I think you miss that. There's almost a sense of, okay, you beat us at our ground. Wait till we get you back at ours. You know what I mean? And now that's not there. I almost feel like we're missing the chance to see them go at each other twice. 2 big games, potentially.
But I think the problem with that is that in a lot of cases, what you would have is, say, Liverpool and Real Madrid, and then they duff up the rest of the group. And so you might get that return fixture, but it might just be about who finishes top spot. Whereas I think there's more variety here. I think the fact that you're not getting teams playing each other twice in the league phase is a good thing because you're getting different matchups and different looks at things. And I romanticised the old group stage when the change was first made. I thought, it was all right as it was. We had loads of good stories. And then actually, now that I look back on it and I think of all the times where teams were already through with 4 gone, and in match day 5 and 6, they were just resting their teams. They were just rotating and it was just fairly easy for them. Now, I think you look at a situation like Chelsea going to Karabakh, having already been to Munich and lost, and they were desperate to win that game. I know they shuffled their pack a bit, but they really wanted to win that and they slipped up. And that could cost them down the track, whether that's getting a top 8 place or, not having a decent advantage in the playoffs. So I do like the new format. I think there's jeopardy all the way through. We're getting really big matchups and some of the smaller teams are really thriving.
Just a quick one for me, Kev, as well. So far in the tournament, I know it's early days. Who do you think looks the favourites and who are your favourites to go on and win the tournament?
I think it is genuinely wide open. I know that sounds like a cop-out, but I was thinking today, you're talking about 8 or 9 teams that could potentially win it. You could make a case for absolutely loads of them, because Arsenal, best defence in the competition, so that's going to get them a long way. It did last season. Liverpool, if they manage to click in attack, they're going to blow away loads of teams. Manchester City, I thought, were frightening last night against Borussia Dortmund. Haaland's in great form. They're going more direct to him. Savinho and Doku looked amazing. Foden was lights out, so they've got quality as well. Barcelona, I struggle with that high defensive line. With them, I think they've got a few problems, especially when they don't have Pedri. Real Madrid could sort themselves out. Bayern are a threat. Paris are a threat.
Wow.
And it's a brilliant, brilliant tournament. I think back end of this, I think is going to be top draw. And it is the best the sport has to offer. I've said that for years. I genuinely believe it. When you get quarterfinals onwards in the Champions League, that's the highest level. It really
I can't remember for years when there's been 6 or 7 teams. And you're right, you make an argument for all the 6 or 7 there. I can't remember it. Kevin Hatchard, our world football expert. Thank you very, very much. All right, when we come back, we're going to speak to Nick Ellaby, who's outside Villa Park for their Europa League tie. Good afternoon, you listen to Drive on talkSPORT. Ade Oladipo, Darren Bent and Just Eat, the app for all your delivery needs. Still to come, we are going to be hearing your questions to Benty. Just save our number 03717 223344 into your phone. Head to WhatsApp and send us a voice note asking anything. Are you happy about that? Asking anything?
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do on the show, yeah.
But it must start with...
What's up, Benty?
Okay.
That's it. That's energy.
Is that how you do it? Okay, I can't compete with that. All right, we need a few more, so don't miss your chance to ask Benty anything you like. But just very quickly, Roma striker Evan Ferguson has been called up to the Republic of Ireland squad for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers, despite struggling with an ankle injury. Sir Gareth Southgate has admitted his passion for football has been on hold since resigning as England manager last year. I don't know why that's funny. I'm like, well, he's going to struggle, isn't he? He will, won't he?
What, come back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He will. He shouldn't.
Do you think he'll ever be England manager again?
Most likely. Like, if there was an odds on what next, I'd say that's more than anything.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. That's more than anything. And following us from 7 o'clock, you can hear live commentary of Aston Villa against Maccabi Tel Aviv in the Europa League. Last month, it was announced that away fans would be banned from attending a game due to safety concerns. More than 700 police officers will be on duty with police horses, police dogs and a drone as part of the operation, with protests by different groups set to take place. Let's cross over there now. talkSPORT's Nick Ellaby joins us. Nick, we are hearing that there could be trouble there. What's it like there? We're a couple of hours away from kickoff. What's the scene at the moment?
Good evening, Ade. Good evening, Darren. Well, I've not really seen many places with this big a police presence. I'm right outside the Holt End at Villa Park, and I can see at least 12 police vans, huge numbers of riot police. What you've got here ahead of this game and around this game is potentially a huge pro-Palestinian demonstration in Aston Park, which is just behind me to the right. We are really not sure how many people are going to turn up. It could be thousands, it could be tens of thousands. One father of a child at a school I spoke to just around the corner here told me that the school had told them they were expecting as many as 20,000 people for that protest. A lot of the kids here had to come out of school early because everyone's expecting congestion and disruption around this game. So they're just trying to take the kids out of this area, which is probably quite sensible. What the protesters are asking for is a ban on Israeli teams in international sporting competitions. They also want to show solidarity to the people in Palestine. And then what could happen over the other side of the ground is a kind of pro-Israel counter-protest. We don't know how many people will be attending that one either. The police are kind of having to react a little bit on the fly because neither of those protests are kind of have a set pattern or a route, which is often the case with these things. So they're basically just pretty much got the area on lockdown. Anyone attending the game is going to be subject to a number of ticket checks coming in towards the stadium. And then some local businesses and local people are certainly concerned about potential trouble erupting. But all of the Villa fans really that I've spoken to so far, mostly men, have said, look, I feel okay. I'm just annoyed that this game is being used as a political football. I did speak to one father with a very young son. He must have been 5 or 6 years old, the boy, and he did say, yes, because of my son, I am a little bit concerned about what's going on. But as you mentioned, like 700 police here, that we've just seen the mounted police on horses go past. There are dog teams as well. And yeah, I mean, at the moment it's very quiet, but we are expecting potentially clashes of those protesters outside the ground before the game. Neither manager wanted to talk about all of that. Unai Emery flatly refused to take questions, and the Maccabi Tel Aviv head coach as well just wanted to focus on the football. But the chief exec of Maccabi Tel Aviv did say he was sad that his fans couldn't attend, and he was annoyed about this game being used or his team being used as a political pawn, and he said, we're not a political entity, we're a football club. So kind of just waiting to see what happens at the moment, Ade.
Nick, could it get to a point though where, and we know you said there about the protests outside and it could get quite hostile outside, do you think we can get to a situation though where potentially, because of what's going on outside of the stadium, that the game inside the stadium is affected?
Well, that is the big question, Darren. It's a good one, actually. I think that is really the concern, is that something might take place inside the stadium. Obviously, The away end is closed. There'll be absolutely no Maccabi fans in the stadium at all. Whether some might try to get in through other means, I don't know. Villa fans are subject to extra checks at the moment. You could only buy a ticket for this game if you've been registered with Aston Villa from last season or previous, so no new accounts could buy tickets for this game. And we've also got as well the spectre of potentially of Tommy Robinson, the founder of the English Defence League. He said he would turn up to this game wearing a Maccabi Tel Aviv shirt. Now, whether he does that or not is yet to be seen, but certainly if that does happen, you could see certain flashpoints maybe outside the stadium and inside the stadium as well. We all hope that doesn't happen.
Cheers, Nick. Thank you very much. More from Nick Ellaby at 6:30. We are going to hear from some Aston Villa fans as well, just how they feel going to this fixture. It is without doubt the most politically charged fixture I think I can ever remember. And everyone says obviously politics and sport should almost be separated, but this is the time now where they've been brought together. So again, look, more from Nick Ellaby at 6:30, and we hope that, reported, or at least people expecting it to be bad scenes, we hope those things just pass by and the game can be played with no issues. We are going to take your calls. Is the new Champions League format a success? 03717 223344. But first, it's time for no Googling. We're now going to be joined in the studio as well by unbeaten British flyweight Hamza Uddin. Looking forward to speaking to him. All right, we want to know, who was the first player born in the 2000s to score in the Champions League? It's a great question, isn't it? Who was the first player born in the 2000s to score in the Champions League? I'll give you a clue. He's fallen off a little bit. Like, you would have expected him to be in the England squad the last 2 or 3 for major tournaments, and he's missed out.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, answer when we come back.
some of the best off-camera anecdotes from recent years at the Ryder Cup. As caddy Billy Foster went to relieve himself at the Belfry, he noticed only one of the two cubicles had toilet paper. Shortly after he'd sat down, Tiger Woods went into the empty cubicle and realised his mistake all too late. So Foster took some paper, reached under the cubicle with a rescue offering, and as Tiger went to take it, Foster uttered the words, "Europe, one up." Fast forward 10 years to the miraculous Medina. Rory McIlroy overslept and was in danger of missing his Sunday tea time. Thankfully, travel organiser Erica Stoll sorted him a police escort, and 3 years later, McIlroy proposed. Scottish legend Sam Torrance tells many a yarn about the great Ballesteros. Apparently, Seve would regularly give coaching clinics to his European teammates. When the same players asked for help a week later at the Italian Open, Seve would tell them to Having started with a Billy Foster story, let's finish with one from the 12th tee at Oakland Hills in 2004. It was Jimenez and Garcia against Westwood and Clark in a practice round. And as they finished, Foster decided to jump in the buggy and speed away with all their clubs, only to lose control entirely and see it careering towards the spectators. Thankfully, the Red Sea parted and the buggy smashed into a tree, with viewers and clubs still intact.
All right, we're asking a question before the break. No Googling. Who was the first player born in the 2000s to score in the Champions League?
Jadon Sancho.
Because I told you.
You didn't tell me.
Wow. Jadon Sancho, born on the 25th of March. That's my birthday, 25th of March.
Is it?
Legend. I'm a big Jadon Sancho fan now. What? Big Jadon Sancho fan. Yeah, I didn't know that. Wow. All right, still to come, we're going to be hearing your voice notes in WhatsApp, Benty. And it's your last chance to get a question in, so you know how to do 03717 223344. Save it on your phone, head to WhatsApp and send us a voice note. Make sure you start your question with your name and...
What's up? That's enough.
Benty. All right, it's time for this now.
The electrifying debate on talkSPORT with the Vauxhall electric van range, transforming the way Britain moves. Search Vauxhall Vans to find out more.
Yeah, it's time now for our feature with Vauxhall. Each week we're celebrating the next generation of British sporting talent, icons. Benty and I will debate who's got the potential to go all the way. And today we're delighted to be joined in the studio by unbeaten British flyweight Hamza Uddin, who, by the way, does not look like a flyweight. Hamza, you're bigger.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. I don't get that a lot, but
really,
in boxing terms, I'm very big.
Very big. Right? Yeah. You got a bit of gold as well, a bit of gold and rubber with you as well.
Always, man.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I saw. I was at his last fight on the Dave Allen undercard. He beat Paul Roberts.
That's right.
Fantastic performance. But what I loved more, forget the performance because I know we can do that. Grab the mic. And he just went down the barrel, like literally like this, and said, "I'm the future. I'm this. I'm that." And I was just on stage, just applauding it, like, "Come on, that's what we need. That's what we need." What's it been like since that victory for you? Because that was almost a statement performance, that one.
Yeah, that was good. You know, my first couple of belts, couple of titles. People value titles a lot. You know, I've been telling everyone how good I am. Of course, some people believe me and some people didn't. But now that I've got a couple of belts, put on a big performance, got the knockout. I'm like a mini celebrity in my hometown of Warsaw now, so can't go to the chip shop without people saying, "No, Hamza, what are you doing here? Get in the gym." But no, it's good, man. It's good. I'm blessed, and I'm so happy to be here.
Do you enjoy this? Like some fighters, and we had Sam Noakes on yesterday.
Yeah.
And Sam doesn't like doing any of this. I can tell, any of the media. Do you enjoy it? Because people are requesting to speak to you. Is it good, bad, fun?
Yeah, I love it, man. I've been everywhere in the last couple of weeks, man. I love it. They give me lights, give me a mic, and I'll talk my my stuff without saying the word. But yeah, I'll talk.
I know you was going to say that.
Yeah, I know. I said it off camera, but yeah, I love to talk, man. Yeah, I've been blessed that I've been able to talk. I can articulate what I say. I don't get punched in the head too often, so I've got my wits about me. So yeah, man, I love it.
Do you think that's an important part of being a sportsman? Because I get it, we've seen great boxers that potentially maybe have got great boxing skills but no personality, and the public do get a little bit bored of them quite quickly. Definitely. Do you think it's important to have that personality alongside the ability that you got? Definitely,
because my goal in boxing, of course, I want to be rich and I want to have loads of belts and I want to be this big legend, but I want to inspire people. I want to inspire the younger generation. And if I can't talk, how am I going to inspire? How am I going to inspire a kid if he doesn't understand what I'm saying? Or if I can't put my words out? It's all good having the heart to want to help people, but if you can't use your voice to help them, then there's no use. So I'm blessed, of course. You know, I'm well educated. You'd be surprised on, but everyone thinks boxers are dumb. But I'm well educated. I can talk. He's laughing, but yeah, it is true.
I agree.
I can talk, and I'm blessed. And if I can talk, I'm going to talk. If you've got a Lambo parked in your garage, you're going to get out and use it, aren't you? You can't have this. You can't have this good mouth if you're going to stay quiet. I've got to be like you two, isn't it?
This is good stuff. I'm loving this. I'm loving this.
Man.
Do you not feel like it puts extra pressure on you? Because you know that there's some fighters that have spoken. I mean, like now, for example, Ben Whittaker.
Target on his back.
Yeah, immediate target in his back. But I love it because ultimately, people are going to tune in to see him win or get chinned. But you're going to tune in.
Floyd Mayweather was the one.
Floyd Mayweather was
Everyone
the one, right?
tuned in for him to get beat.
And he never did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, some, though, have been beaten. And it comes with a bit of pressure. Do you welcome that pressure of like, okay, look, they're going to watch for me to chin? Because you know you will get your haters. Just part and parcel of it. Does that not put pressure on it when you've got a mouth like yours?
Of course there's pressure, but it's not more than the pressure that I put on myself. You know what I mean? I'm used to pressure. I've been under pressure since I was a kid. For me, this is everything. This is all I've got. And because I work so hard, because I put so much graft in, I make so many sacrifices. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't touch girls. I've never had a fizzy drink in my life. I've sacrificed my whole life for this. So I know I'm built for this. I'm ready for this. If I didn't train hard in the gym, I wouldn't talk so much. I'd be a bit quieter because I know I could get found out.
How long have you been boxing for?
Well, the first time I punched a bag, I was 1 year old. Wow. But in terms of actually boxing, about 5 or 6 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Serious, innit?
Yeah.
I mean, my dad used to be a kickboxer and boxer back in his day, so
it's almost just like so it's innate. It's in you. You've had it. It's just grown up with it. What next for you, Hamza? Because look, there's one belt there that you don't have, and that's that Lord Lonsdale, the British title, which I think is the best belt in boxing. I love it. That and the Ring Magazine belt, quite similar in looking. Surely that's what you want next. That's the aim. Yeah, it should have been on the line when you fought Paul Roberts.
Yes, they did say So I mean, I could have had the British right here, right now.
Yeah.
So I'm at the level. I've said it from the start. Raw skills, raw power, speed, whatever. I'm ready to mix it with the world champions right now. But of course, you need experience. I'm only 6 fights in. I only turned pro last year. So there's no rush. I'm 22 years old. There's no rush. But I'm ready now. Whatever the team say, I'm ready to go.
Realistically, how long? Because you said there's 6 fights and it's not a lot of time in the boxing ring.
Definitely.
But realistically, how long do you think it is before you are challenging for a world title?
Oh, pressure. That's a big question. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that, Ben?
The only reason why I ask
that's a lot of pressure.
You speak to a lot of fighters and like their team, and I understand it, and their management are saying, well, not quite yet, and they almost just keep prolonging it, and you go, okay, well, when's it coming? Like if you feel like he's ready now, then
that's right. That's what I say. That's what I say. But
no, I'm going to hold you back. I'm going to be your manager in this equation right now. No, because
that's good.
What we do see with a lot of British talent as well is that I almost feel like they're fast tracked before they're ready, and there is that route which I think is almost avoided, but it's so important. English, British, Commonwealth, European. You win all that, you're ready. And I almost feel like we do see a few jumps now because of world belts and stuff. I just feel like with Hamza, he's still young. He's got a good team behind him, and I think he needs to be built properly. Sorry, Hamza.
No, you're right. I see both sides of the argument. I think nowadays the mindset is like, if you're good enough, just go and do it. But of course, there's important experience. And I get that the world nowadays is so quick. Everything's quick. You got to be the first to do this and first to do that. With social media, with all this TikTok, Instagram Reels, everything's 10 seconds, 15 seconds, everything's quick. Everything wants stuff to be done quick. I don't mind being quick because I'm quick in the ring. But I get it. You have to do things at the right time. And I'm young. I'm not 29. I'm not 20. I mean, I was hearing interviews of boxers who were like 29 years old saying I'm young. I'm 22. I'm just 22 years old. I've got loads of time. But when the time's right, we're going to pull the trigger and we're going to beat everyone up.
What we're seeing right now is that there are fights all over the world, right? We're seeing, obviously, big fights in Saudi. I've been over there so many times. It'd be good to see you over there as well, having fights, massive fights in Vegas, big fights in Africa now as well. Asia. Is it a case of you will now travel? Because I think what we're seeing now is boxers go all over, and which I think is important because ultimately when you go to a different part of the world, it's different styles as well, isn't it, really? Do you want to travel all over, or are you trying to build that fan base sort of in sort of the Midlands area?
Ade, you can't contain this talent in Great Britain. It's too much. There's too much talent to contain in Great Britain. It is little island. Come on, Ade, man, don't mess with me, man. We gotta go global. You know what? I'm the first British Bangladeshi to do any of this stuff. To be a pro boxer. We've got a population of like 170 million. Imagine Eddie gets a show over there, and we get a few of the boys on the undercard. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Like what we're doing in Africa now.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's like a whole new market, right?
Indeed.
Imagine you take the Asian market, taking over the world, isn't it?
Yeah. Any chance you're out again before the end of the year? Is that too soon? I mean,
no, I think that'd be too soon because I punched so hard. Obviously, these little hands need a rest.
Yeah.
So I'll probably rest them up and we'll go next year. But like I said, man, next superstar of boxing. So
is it one of them as well where they have to hold you back because you're right? I mean,
he's ready to go. You can tell it.
I love the confidence. I love the kind of good arrogance in terms of I'm ready to go. But is it a case of your team having to go? Listen, I know you want to go out again, but just slow it down.
Yeah, I know, because people are pulling quotes on social media saying, "Oh, he's ready for the world title. Put him in." So I'm like, yeah, let's go. I'm ready. But they're doing a good job. I've got a great team behind me, and I'm blessed for that. You know, got my pops with me as well. I think that's the main thing. My pops is like, it's not just that boxer relationship; it's that father-son relationship. So he's got my best interests at heart. So I trust him in every decision that he makes. You know, if he tells me, you're fighting King Kong, I'll believe him. I'm like, cool, I'll beat him. But if he says fight, I don't know, whoever down the road, and if he thinks I'm not ready, I'm not ready. So whatever he says, I'm on it.
I've spoken to him a few times. Obviously, spoke to him just now, but spoke to him after your fight on the Dave Allen undercard, and he does speak so well. So it's good to have him around. I think it's important to have someone that close with you because boxing, we know, can be very murky waters. Yeah. So someone that's experienced it is good. Who did you model yourself on growing up? Like, who did you watch and think, I like that style?
So you see, my style.
Go on, you created your own style.
My style. I want to tell you. I want to know. I want to tell you the story. Okay, so my style is hands low.
Yeah.
Head out, pulling my tongue out, taking the mic, talking. But I had this style from the start. When I was told you I started boxing 5-6 years old, the first time I was sparring, I was doing all this stuff. I was running about, pulling my head out, sticking my tongue out, doing all that. And then I was having guys in the gym saying, like to me and my dad, "Oh, he fights like Prince Nassim. Oh, he fights like Prince Nassim." And I didn't have a clue who Prince Nassim was. I didn't watch boxing. I was just going there beating people up and coming out. And I'm like, "Dad, who's this Prince Nassim guy, man? Is he? They're taking a mick out of me. Why are they saying Prince Nassim?" And he's like, "Nah, don't worry." So he got his old VHS tapes up. And he put the VHS that he showed me. So, wow, that's amazing. I've not modelled my style on Prince Nassim. That's my natural style. If you try and copy this style, well, you get knocked out. You get hurt. You can't copy it. It's too risky.
That's why I was so happy. And look, this is no slight on Paul Roberts. I know his team. I think he'll come again as well. But I was so happy he got a stoppage because it's all well and good doing all the flashy stuff and doing all that. And I was like, okay, he needs to like really sit on his shots and hurt someone.
Definitely.
And he did that. You knock someone out. And I almost feel like that's a statement now. So people like will be thinking, I'm going to get outboxed. But now they think, okay, I could be hurt. And now I think you're a very, very dangerous guy for it. Go on, what's the plan next year very quickly? How does it work? British title, Commonwealth, Europeans, what's the plan?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest. Whatever route you take me to, I'm going to be world champion. I'm going to be covered in belts from head to toe. Whatever route they want me to.
Don't forget us when you get there, Hamza. Because right now you're happy to come on and we call you, come down. Like, don't be one of those guys I phone you. It's like,
oh, we do a Zoom.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Pass me to your secretary.
No, of course, no. I love talking. I told you, man. Get a mic in front of me. I'll talk all day. We'll just have all the belts. Might just take a bit of your space, but we'll get all the belts here, man. We're gonna.
No, I wish you good luck as well, because I do think right now we're seeing the old guard, Fury, AJ, White, Chisora, almost going.
Yeah.
And this new guard, yourself, Moses, the Talma, there's so many coming through, young guys that I think we need to see fill out arenas. You know,
we need superstars. We need people with personality. Exactly. You can't have this boring nonsense of, hands up and jab, and then come out after the fight. Yeah, it was a good fight. On to the next. That's boring. I don't want to watch that. So I don't imagine the boxing fans want to watch that. But I'm here to change the game.
Change the game, indeed. Hamza, thank you very, very much. All right, that was thanks to Vauxhall Vans. Explore the full range now.
The electrifying debate on talkSPORT with the Vauxhall electric van range, transforming the way Britain moves. Search Vauxhall Vans to find out more.
All right, just coming up to quarter to 6. When we come back, it's the best of talkSPORT. Good afternoon, you listen to Drive on talkSPORT. Ade Oladipo, Darren Bent and Justy take all matchday snacks and the weekly shop in one go. Wherever you need, when you need it, delivered straight to your door. Still to come, we're going to be hearing your questions in WhatsApp. Benty.
Wow, I like that.
Oh, thank you. My throat. Just quickly, Real Madrid have pulled out of the race to sign Crystal Palace's Mark Gahey for free next summer. Surely Liverpool get that done in January. Barcelona want to sign Marcus Rashford on a permanent deal but cannot afford the 25.5 million purchase option in his loan deal. And over on talkSPORT 2 right now, you can hear Nottingham Forest's Europa League clash with Sturm Graz. Celtic are also in Europa League action tonight. They're taking on Midtjylland. Paul Mitchell is watching that one for talkSPORT, and they're underway. Paul, how's it started?
It's been very bright, both teams wanting to go for it, which is very positive indeed. Midtjylland, one of several teams to have won 3 matches in this competition. They're 3 out of 3. They're currently on the attack and looking dangerous. Good block from Austin Trusty to turn the ball away. They have been dangerous. Celtic, though, as the ball just gets clattered across. Jou's got 17 goals this season. Really good effort there. Yeah, Celtic have started brightly, but I have to say Midtjylland have done well. They're first. They're leading the table. Celtic in 21st place. Really could do with a win here. Celtic unbeaten under Martin O'Neill. This is his 3rd game back. And unbelievably, Martin O'Neill hasn't led Celtic in Europe since a 0-0 draw back in December 2004 against AC Milan.
Wow, that's a stat, actually, isn't it? 2004. That's a stat. All right, it's time for this. All right, this is the best of talkSPORT and Friends, where we run you through some of the recent highlight moments from across the talkSPORT network and our sister stations. All right, let's kick things off with this morning's breakfast show, where Alan Brazil was alongside Ray Party Parlour. Here's a high-level football chat. This is clearly not going to be high-level football chat, is it? Between our European football expert Andy Brassel and Big Al.
It's as if the traditional strength of English or British football is combining with a higher technical quality to give Premier Leagues this sort of teams this sort of head start.
Yeah, when you talk about Tottenham, Chelsea battered Tottenham and Chelsea drawing Azerbaijan.
Shaban?
Yeah,
Azerbaijan.
Yeah, and I think that's
Azerbaijan.
You know what made me laugh about that? He had 4 goes at it.
I know, yeah,
Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan.
All right, what's that amazing fact about Azerbaijan you were telling me in the break?
It contains 9 of the world's 11 climate zones. Fact, check that.
That can't be true.
Check that. True? Yeah, it does, yeah. Contains 9 of the world's 11 climate zones.
That's incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's incredible. Fair play to you.
Thank you.
All right, what's the most ever embarrassed you've been on air? We've all had some moments.
Do you know what?
We've all had some moments.
When I first started presenting the boot room.
So people don't get how scary it is.
Right, it was scary, but only that we had a dead air where it felt like about a minute of just silence.
But it's only about 10 seconds.
10 seconds, but like I had no idea that the call dropped out, and then I just had nowhere to go because I'd never done it before. I had nowhere to go. We were talking about Ricky Hatton at some point in the show, and I think I just panicked and froze and just went. I just said Ricky Hatton's name, like obviously God rest his soul. I just went, and of course it's the boot room, and I have a peach of a chat for you today. It's about boots. It was just dead air. I had no idea what I was doing.
It can get scary. Again, people don't realise how scary these things can be. All right, what's something you know absolutely nothing about? 0.
I know nothing about politics.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I don't know anything.
You know. Yes, you do.
I don't. I'm telling you now.
You know the Labour leader's name is?
No.
Okay, cool. Let's move on. All right, remember, Big Al returns to the breakfast show at 6 tomorrow morning. He'll have the reigning, defending talkSPORT darts champion. Is that not you?
No,
Dean Saunders alongside. I thought you were there.
No, I got beat by... No, here, but I got beat by Sawyer, didn't I?
Oh, you get beat? Yeah, got beat by Natalie Sawyer.
Over to the last night sports bar. Jamie O'Hara was alongside Cundy. Here's an interesting story from Arsenal's recent trip to Prague.
But then at the bottom, they've got 3 shots. And under it says they cost nothing because they're worth nothing. The first shot is the Jamie O'Hara. I've got
that is amazing. Show me this.
If you just want to read what's in it.
This is so good. 3 shots. The Jamie O'Hara. This is so good.
That's amazing.
They've quoted you a little bit under it.
We think he talks garbage in his sports bar, so we're serving garbage in our sports bar.
Okay. Does O'Hara deserve the stick he gets?
No. I think he gets a bit too much. You know what it is about? You know, like, I do see it, like, obviously, I'm getting a bit serious here. I do see some tweets come in about him sometimes, yeah? I'm like, play Premier League football.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's a Premier League footballer. He might not have been the best, but he played Premier League football.
Yeah.
And I feel like some people forget that sometimes with Jamie O'Hara. I think everyone thinks he plays National League South or something. Play Premier League football.
Yeah.
So I think he gets a bit too much stick, I think.
If we were to name something the Oladipo, what would it be?
If this was after 9, it would be a different answer. But considering it's 6 o'clock, I would say the Oladipo would be a bottle of whiskey. A bottle of whiskey.
What's your favourite cocktail?
Don't really do cocktails, you know.
Pina colada. Don't forget to get your calls into the boys in the sports bar tonight, coming after a massive evening of European action.
All right, let's finish with a clip from a brand new sister station, talkSPORT Gold, ahead of the Traitors final tonight. Here's the former England prop Joe Marler giving it large on Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig's awful. It's like the world's worst cartoon, mate. If you actually sit down and actually watch an episode of it, Peppa's horrible. It's minging, mate. You want to get yourself on Bluey. You two experienced Bluey yet?
No, I don't take pills. I don't take pills, Joe.
Why'd you have to turn it?
I don't need them yet, Joe.
Brazil can say anything, can't he?
Trust me.
He's literally got full reign to say whatever he wants. Whatever he wants. All right, what is this is such a hard question. What's the best cartoon of all time?
He-Man.
Could be right.
He-Man, unbelievable.
Could be right.
Adam, Grayskull.
You know what?
Here's Cringer, my fearless friend. Yeah, trust me. He-Man.
Nah, Thundercats.
That's up there.
Thundercats. It's fun. I was thinking in my head.
Lionheart in Thundercats, he wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thundercats are on the road. Thundercats.
Incredible.
Yeah,
I think
He-Man's good though. He-Man's really, really good. All right, make sure you check out 21 Minutes to Go of Cundy and Goldstein, wherever you get your podcasts from. Of course, you can find all our shows on the talkSPORT app, and you can swipe between talkSPORT, talkSPORT 2, and all of our sister stations, so you never miss a moment. All right, when we come back, it's the WhatsApp feature. WhatsApp, Benty.
The Lions. Real-life fantasy rugby, bitter rivalries set aside in a quest to create the world's best team in weeks. There's nothing like it, but who on earth had the idea and how did it all begin? Incredibly, the first Lions tour was organised and funded by three men who played in England's first ever Test cricket match: opening bowler Alfred Shaw, opening batsman Arthur Shrewsbury and captain James Lillywhite. The 1888 Lions squad, then made up of 17 English, 4 Scots and 1 Welshman and a Northern Irishman, took a 46-day boat trip to New Zealand before heading to Australia. The Lions weren't alone on the boat. Also on board were 300 stoats and weasels who were brought over to eliminate New Zealand's rabbit problem. The first ever Lions captain, Robert Seddon, died of drowning midway through the tour while sculling on a river. Andrew Stoddart, who was another of the cricketers there, took over and was the star of the tour. The next one was the first to get official recognition from the RFU against the newly formed Springboks. Although the Lions won the series and beat the Boks again 5 years later, in the 12 series since in South Africa, they've only won 2. New Zealand has proved an even tougher hunting ground, just the 1 series win for the Lions in 11 attempts, which came in 1971. And then there was that nail-shredding drawn series in 2017, only the second in Lions history. Only once have the Lions clinched a series after losing the first test, 1989, when David Campese's infamous ghost pass was pounced upon by Ian Evans. Before World War II, the Lions had a dark blue strip, which on the 1930 tour forced the All Blacks to play in all white. So in 1950, the iconic red shirts, white shorts and blue and green socks combination was born. It remains the symbol of the greatest alliance of adversaries in all of sport. To borrow the phrase from Jim Telfer, the Lions is Everest.
Good evening, you're listening to Drive on talkSPORT. Ade Oladipo and Darren. Pow! Still to come, we're going to be hearing talkSPORT's exclusive chat with USA boss and former Tottenham manager Mauricio Pochettino. But first, Nottingham Forest are in Europa League action away to Sturm Graz. It is live over on talkSPORT 2. The score is currently 0-0. Let's listen in with the commentators, the former Forest defender Luke Chambers, as alongside Mr. Alex Crook.
Dominguez, as we welcome listeners from talkSPORT. 21 minutes gone in Austria. It's Sturm Graz 0, Nottingham Forest 0, but 2 good chances for Forest, both from corners. The first guided just wide by James McAtee on the edge of the penalty area. The second from Ryan Yates, the captain, headed off the goal line. It's been all Forest so far, but here come Sturm Graz at the other end. Good play down their left-hand side from Hurdle. Maybe an opportunity for the home team to test this Nottingham Forest defence really for the first time. Rösger didn't get the better of Yates, and it'll be cleared away by the visitors. So 21 minutes in, it is still Sturm Graz 0, Nottingham Forest 0.
Yeah, first real horror for Sturm Graz into Nottingham Forest defensive third, but they're just playing with so much confidence. Ryan Yates has been absolutely everywhere, breaking up play, and instead of just smashing it clear when they do win the ball back inside their own 18-yard box, they gain possession, keep it, and play out of any trouble.
Sangare ushering the ball back to Savona, the right back for Nottingham Forest. A reminder, Sean Dyche making 7 changes tonight to the side that drew 2-2 with Manchester United at the weekend. The ball is flashed forward towards the run of Kalimuendo, but too much on that, claimed easily by the Sturm Graz goalkeeper Oliver Christensen. 5 clean sheets in 14 appearances for him over the course of the season so far. Sturm Graz just keeping the ball with a degree of composure for the last couple of minutes, having had to spend much of the opening quarter of the game chasing Nottingham Forest shadows.
Remember, a reminder, you can hear that game live over on talkSPORT 2 right now. All right, it's now time for this.
Benty, what's up? Oh, Benty, what's up? What's up, Benty? What
Benty? Yeah, this is What's Up, Benty, where we give you the floor to ask former Burton Albion striker Darren Bent anything your heart desires. All show, we've been asking you to send us some of your voice notes on the WhatsApp and give us a call, 03717 223344. You guys have done that. Thank you very much. It's now time to hear some of the best ones. Let's start with this one.
What's up, Benty? Matt, the Arsenal fan here. When was the last time you did something that actually scared you?
Good question.
Actually scared me.
Good question.
I mean, the last thing that did actually scare me was when I was on a flight back from Cyprus. Me and flying don't get on, man.
Did it start
and
to...
it bouncing all over the place.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, so that...
You just think that's it, innit? You just think that's it.
Do you know why I think that? And I don't know, people that are scared of flying, I don't know why we have that thought process. I'm thinking the moment it starts bouncing, that's me, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm finished.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think.
Why do we go the worst?
The worst.
Yeah. Rather than it's going to be all right, it's just a little bit of turbulence.
You know, honestly, when the seatbelt signs go on, like there's a bit of turbulence.
Yeah.
I swear, obviously, that you have to take everything away from me. So like the table obviously goes up anyway, but if I've got any kind of drink, I can't hold the drink.
Class, the table goes up.
No.
Yeah. Table doesn't go up in economy.
No. Everything's got to go. Everything. Seatbelt on, seat upright, holding on to my seat next to me and the one in front.
Do you start to pray or no?
Yeah, but everyone
starts to pray.
Please, God, please.
God,
please.
come on.
Just get me through this one, please.
Yeah, we'll never do it again, I promise.
Yeah. All that comes out, man.
All right, let's hear another one.
What's up, Benty? Why haven't you written an autobiography yet? Is it something that you would be interested in doing? I'd definitely buy it.
Do you know what?
Interesting question.
At the minute, I mean, listen, by the way, the autobiography that everyone's talking about at the minute ain't done her any favours, by the way. So,
right.
I think
maybe it's not the best time to do it.
Yeah, so no, do you know what? For me, no, maybe it might.
Some players are on their third. Some players around your age are on their third.
Yeah, no, maybe at some point down the line I might, but for now, I just think. Do you know what the problem is? I think.
You know, you're going to have a juicy story.
Right.
So you're going to have to tell.
I'm going to have to up someone.
Yeah.
And also as well, in my head, I'm always going to read it. I know people will read it.
Depends the stories.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm not doing all that to get.
Do you have any good stories though?
You have loads. But there's things that I'm going to, if I put them in the book, they're going to be phoning me going, why have we put this in?
Yeah. Do you think Goldstein should have an autobiography?
Yeah, but he'll lie about certain stuff, won't he?
Yeah,
he'll put stuff in. He'll about his hair product.
Yeah, and
chapter 5.
He'll get like Robbie Williams to write the intro or something.
Yeah. But chapter 1, Andy Goldstein. Chapter 2, Andy Goldstein's hair paste. Chapter 3, the day I met Andy Goldstein. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, another one.
Benty! What was the best kit you ever wore?
I mean, as a player, I really enjoyed when I first got to Villa. They had the Nike sponsor. That was a lovely kit. There was an England tailored one when England were with Umbro. I think it must have been around 2009 maybe ish. They had a tailored England kit. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
absolutely beautiful.
Have you still got it?
I've got a couple of England shirts still. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you was you one of those players that ran to other players to take kits?
Yeah, I like
What's
swapping
the
shirts.
biggest one you got? Who's the biggest player?
I've got crazy ones.
Go on.
So I've got Thierry.
Ooh.
Shearer.
Ooh.
Drogba.
Ooh, yeah.
Gerrard.
Have you really got all these?
Yeah, Gerrard, Essien, Makelele, Sergio Ramos.
Did you ever go to a player and he said no?
No.
You wouldn't even tell us.
No, I wouldn't.
You'd be too embarrassed.
I've got.
Do you feel a bit embarrassed going up to a player?
No, there's a certain level of player. I tell you when I felt embarrassed, right? Not asking for the shirt. So like we played Chelsea and Drogba. It must have been because my dad's a big Chelsea fan, so I got my dad the shirt, and then I wanted to get one for myself, right? I said, "Oh, Didier, can like we swap shirts?" He was like, "Yeah, man, no worries." So I took his shirt and I walked off. I went to walk, and he went, "Oh, give me yours."
Yeah.
And in my head, I thought,
why would he want yours?
You don't want mine, bro. Like, so why are you doing that?
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, that's where I felt probably the most embarrassed. I was a bit like, come on now. I know you don't want my shirt, but he took it and was polite anyway. So, listen, legend, shout.
You played against Ronaldo, right?
Yeah, Cristiano. Yeah.
Did you never? Was he? Did he? He hadn't got to Ronaldo.
Oh no, he was still Ronaldo.
So
Yes.
You didn't think to ask Ronaldo?
Do you know what? I didn't. If I'm honest, I just like listen. What a player! One of the best we've ever. But it just wasn't. I just didn't get his for some reason.
Okay, I feel like there's more to that story. And the autobiography coming out next week. All right, let's hear another one.
What's up, Benty? Loving the show with Ade. If you were to choose your ideal host to co-host the show with you, who would it be? That's John from Reading. Thank you.
Tell me, Mike, don't feel like you have to do this.
Nah, if I had my dream partner, it'd be Denzel Washington. So you ain't got to worry about that.
Okay, cool. Realistic dream.
Yeah, but you, Ade.
Goldstein is going to be sus.
Yeah, it'd be you, Ade.
You know, he'll be playing on the golf course and he'll be smashing these golf clubs right now.
Yeah, if I couldn't have Andy, for whatever reason, Andy didn't come back from wherever he is.
Yeah, the States.
It would be.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, there's been a few people in this seat, hasn't there?
Do you know what?
I've had a few.
I was trying to think who I've done this show with.
Gordon Smart.
Done it with Golden Smart. That was in COVID time.
Yeah.
I've obviously done it with the GOAT.
Yeah. Agent Durham.
Yeah, which is obviously legend, of course.
Fantastic.
And then I had a few where I sat in that seat.
Yeah.
Then I did a bit with Cundy where he sat in that seat, and I've done it with you.
And you said me, didn't you?
Yeah.
Before you changed your mind. Yeah. All right, there you go.
We're going to Denzel Washington first. And then
Yeah. So if Liam Fisher, anyone is listening over there, just feel free to listen to what Benty just said. All right, time for the next one.
What's up, Benty? Leader West Ham fan here. What's the naughtiest thing you did as a child, and what were the consequences?
Well, I'm not going to tell the consequences because, boy,
I don't think
it was a different time then.
Yeah, I don't think those consequences aren't allowed anymore.
Yeah. It was a different time then. But I mean, as a kid, I remember smashing out shed windows. I remember one time my mum was in the hair salon, and my friends come to the house when I lived in London, and I couldn't. My mum had locked the door, so obviously I can't open the door. So I tried to open the window to speak to them, and I was banging on the window to shut. You know, like it's a bit forceful. So you have to try and put my hand straight through the window. Mum had to come home from the hairdressers.
She must have.
With her hair in the rollers. So you can imagine the reaction to that. So that was pretty bad.
You must have got absolutely.
Well, yeah, like I said, it's in different times. But it was, that was another one. I remember my parents used to give me packed lunch. My parents used to give me packed lunch for when I used to go to school, again in London, and I never used to eat the sandwiches. Yuck. So for some stupid reason, I used to put the sandwiches behind my parents' bed. Like, you know these kids who do dumb stuff?
No, you don't do dumb stuff.
So like they used to have loads of shoe boxes and stuff under their bed.
And you decided to put
under their bed.
What
then obviously the smell, the rats and that. So I don't know why I can remember this. I was in the garden and I just remember my dad knocking at the window and just giving me the thing
oh, God.
to come upstairs.
I'm scared for you.
And he just
thinking
went,
about it.
He went, look behind the bed there. And it was disgusting. And yeah.
How old were you? Do you mind?
So I left London at 11. So I would have been about 9, maybe 8, 9.
Okay, fair. You do silly stuff at that age.
But why there? Why not on the way home, put them in the bin?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Silly stuff.
It's almost like you wanted to get a little smack on the backside. I remember I used to nick a couple of quid to play arcade machines.
I say, there's no one to play I'm stealing. Are you mad?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think I blamed it on my older brother.
Did you?
Yeah. So, older brother, you've probably found that now.
Yeah.
30 years later, it was me. It was me. I had to go and play Street Fighter. That's what happened. There were some good ones there, weren't
Street Fighter, wow. What a game.
Indeed. Can you understand why I took the couple of quid then?
Yeah, of course.
She wasn't giving it to me, was she? I had to take it.
No, I wasn't doing that. I'd rather just not play it.
Yeah, indeed. Some good ones there. Thank you to everyone that sent in your WhatsApp messages. Really good. WhatsApp Ade next time, please, if possible. Can we set that up for tomorrow? Can we? Can we do a WhatsApp?
So you're going to change our Friday routine, are you? When we've got like wonderful friends at TNT Sports, we can change it, are you?
Just asking a question if we can. All right, when we come back, a European preview. Stick with us. Good evening, you're listening to Drive on talkSPORT. Ade Oladipo, Darren Bent and Just Eat. Get delicious meals and everyday essentials from the delivery experts. Still to come, we're going to bring you team news for all of tonight's 8 p.m. European kickoffs. But just quickly, over on talkSPORT 2 right now, you can hear Sturm Graz versus Nottingham Forest in the Europa League. And there's been a penalty, Benty. What's happened?
Yeah, it's gone to Nottingham Forest, but unfortunately Morgan Gibbs-White couldn't capitalise. He went to go to the keeper's bottom left. And it was a really good save from Oliver Christensen as well. He went really early. It was almost telegraphed a penalty, to be fair, from Morgan Gibbs-White. It wasn't a great, when he looks back at it, he won't be happy with the way that he took the penalty, but it was a fantastic save, and it's still 0-0.
Yeah, 0-0 that game, currently over on talkSPORT 2. All right, Celtic are also in Europa League action right now. They're taking on Midtjylland, and Paul Mitchell is watching for talkSPORT. Paul.
It's been a disastrous last couple of minutes for Celtic. It's Midtjylland 2, Celtic 0. Celtic losing the first goal after 33 minutes. Lovely header by Philip Billing after a great cross by Mikael Gorgoza. And Gorgoza has just got the second. He's danced his way into the penalty box, got past Anthony Ralston, got the ball onto the right foot, curled it from the left side into the far corner of the net. It has been a terrific time for the Danes. They're unbeaten in this competition. They're unbeaten in Europe this season. Looks like they're going 4 out of 4. Midtjylland 2, Celtic 0.
Yeah, not great that for Martin O'Neill. All right, it's now time to preview today's European football action with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
European football preview on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
And we can start with Aston Villa, who hosts Maccabi Tel Aviv in the Europa League. Live on talkSPORT, gets underway at 7:45. We're going to get going from 7 p.m. Their boss, Unai Emery, has been speaking to the media ahead of that one, and he was asked about the importance of finishing in the top 8 of the table.
We have to try to get tomorrow 3 points to be again contender to be in the top 8, and through it to avoid one round. But of course, I know, it's difficult, and we have to be aware about how we lost the last match against Go Ahead Eagles, and how we must correct things tomorrow. Of course, playing at home with a supporter will be a little bit different as well. Everything, how the supporters support us and help us.
I think he's done well as Villa boss, Unai Emery.
He's done better than just well.
Yeah, you're right. You know, it's because I think we all expected them to kick on again, didn't we? And obviously they were hamstrung by PSR and everything. You mentioned there they lost to Go Ahead Eagles. They've won 2 out of their 3 fixtures. So they do need to bounce back tonight. They do need to get a win.
Yeah, they do. As you said there, some really good performances recently. Obviously beating City not that long ago, 1-0. Really good performance. Getting beat by Liverpool at the weekend.
Played well against Liverpool though.
They did play well.
Parts, yeah.
Hit the post. Obviously Morgan Rogers with a lovely bit of skill and hit the post. But yeah, you're right. In this competition, you'd expect them to. I make them one of the favourites to win this competition, but they have to get back to, as you said, winning ways. There's no reason why they can't. They're currently 13th at the minute. There are some big teams in this competition, but there's no reason why. And they've got the master of this competition, the manager.
Yeah.
He's won the competition 4 times. He knows what it takes to win it. And I know he's done it at Seville and he's done it at Villarreal, but I feel that Villa are in a really good position to win this competition. I really do. I get it. The squad's maybe not the biggest. I think the PSR, as you said, they're kind of hung strong a minute.
Yeah, it kind of hampered them when they were ready to go. They had to almost sell their players.
Exactly. I'm sure he would have liked to have kept Duran.
Yeah.
Him and Watkins, of course, there. They sold Jacob Ramsey, who I was a big fan of as well. But now he's doing a really good job, Unai Emery, and he'll want to bounce back in this competition for sure.
What do you make to the start of the season? They struggled. Obviously, as you said, they've picked up form now. But at the start of the season, they really struggled, didn't they? They've now found some consistency. What do you think they can do in the league? And obviously, you mentioned there the Europa, but let's stick with the league very quickly. What do you think they can do in the league, Villa?
Again, it's going to be...
What should he be looking for with the squad they've got?
Well, it's hard because
top 8.
You look at a lot of teams that are up in where they are now, right? Some of them haven't got European football, so they haven't got that to worry about. But there's no reason why Aston Villa Football Club, with where they've been, they should be aiming for top 8 every single season. Now, they might not get top 8 every single season, but that's where I think they should be looking.
Yeah.
Because currently, right now, and I know we were early, 10 games in, but they've got the likes of Sunderland the 4th, Bournemouth a 5th, Palace a 9th, Brighton a 10th. Villa will be thinking to themselves, with the size of that football club and the players they've got, they should be higher than those clubs. But they're not. So I think top 8 would be a good season. And if they can go really far in this competition and even potentially win it, because I think they've got a great chance, what a season that is.
I almost feel like every club now, or at least every club below the big boys, right, should be looking at what, or will be looking at what Palace did and Newcastle did. And they've almost opened the doors saying, we can win a trophy. It isn't just Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City.
No.
Like, you can win a trophy.
Yeah.
And I look at this Villa side, and they'll be thinking that as well. Surely they must be thinking, it's about time we won something.
Well, it's definitely one of those where at Aston Villa, because of what Unai Emery's done, and I feel like they are going in the right direction. I know they've had slight blips over the last couple of seasons, but they are finishing the Champions League and they've played Champions League football. If they could, this would almost be like the icing on the cake. If they were to win this competition, and even if they finish 10th, which is not good enough for Villa, but they were to win this because it gets to a point where the squad's not big enough to compete on all fronts, and they almost have to prioritise. If they won this European trophy, oh my goodness, to add to the Champions League they've already got, that's huge.
That's almost enough, isn't it? Job done for them. Palace are doing well under Oliver Glasner.
I love watching them.
Indeed. It's almost a football under Vieira. Remember that football under Vieira, but Vieira wasn't getting the results. Where Glasner's playing great football but getting the results. They take on AZ Alkmaar in the Conference League at 8 p.m. What's their aim? They've now got a trophy. They've got two if you count the Community Shield. We were watching Mateta earlier saying he's one of the best number 9s in the league, isn't it? In the respect he deserves to get. What's their thought process for this season?
They in their Conference League, they have to go.
They can win it. They should win it.
They not so much they should win it, but they should be going really deep into this competition. I mean, there are a lot of teams in there that have got good history, but let's be honest, that Palace have got better players and playing a far more competitive league. So I expect Crystal Palace, and I think the manager Oliver Glasner will be thinking, we can win this. Like, there's no reason why they've won the FA Cup, which in some respects is harder than winning this competition. And they managed to find a way to do it. I know they had players there that are not necessarily there now anymore.
Obviously,
yeah. I like Mateta. They've managed to keep hold of Gahey.
So important.
Adam Wharton.
Well, that's the spine.
Yeah.
That's basically it, isn't it? That's that spine.
Munoz, the right back, who I think is fantastic as well. They've got such good players, a really good spine. Ismail Assar, they even mentioned him, playing really well.
Yeah, always scores against Liverpool.
Their aim, and I don't think it's disrespectful to say, Crystal Palace's aim this season should be to win the Conference League. It has to be.
Yeah.
They're good enough to win it.
Indeed. And I think they're good enough to move away from that 10th place in the league. It's always 10th.
Oh, no, it's 12th.
Is it?
It's always 12th.
It's 10th, 11th or 12th, isn't it? They start so well, all of a sudden you look at the 12th.
Even the year they won the FA Cup, where they finished? 12th. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know why that is.
No.
All right, that was a look at today's European action for Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Wherever it is, they're here for it.
European football preview on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
Yeah, you know what that means. It's time for no Googling. Which player holds the record for the most goals in a single season in either the UEFA Cup or the Europa League? Which player holds the record for the most goals in a single season in either the UEFA Cup or the Europa League?
I think I know it. Wait, I know he had the record at one point.
What is his name begin with, the first name?
Oh,
okay. Answer when we come back.
Here are some of the best off-camera anecdotes from recent years at the Ryder Cup. As caddy Billy Foster went to relieve himself at the Belfry, he noticed only one of the two cubicles had toilet paper. Shortly after he'd sat down, Tiger Woods went into the empty cubicle and realised his mistake all too late. So Foster took some paper, reached under the cubicle with a rescue offering, and as Tiger went to take it, Foster uttered the words, "Europe, one up." Fast forward 10 years to the miraculous Medina. Rory McIlroy overslept and was in danger of missing his Sunday tee time. Thankfully, travel organiser Erica Stoll sorted him a police escort, and 3 years later, McIlroy proposed. Scottish legend Sam Torrance tells many a yarn about the great Ballesteros. Apparently, Sevi would regularly give coaching clinics to his European teammates. When the same players asked for help a week later at the Italian Open, Sevi would tell them to Having started with a Billy Foster story, let's finish with one from the 12th tee at Oakland Hills in 2004. It was Jimenez and Garcia against Westwood and Clark in a practice round, and as they finished, Foster decided to jump in the buggy and speed away with all their clubs, only to lose control entirely and see it careering towards the spectators. Thankfully, the Red Sea parted and the buggy smashed into a tree, with viewers and clubs still intact.
Who's this?
I don't know.
Kendrick.
Okay. So, guys, we are going to be hearing from Mauricio Pochettino's exclusive chat with talkSPORT. But the no Googling question before the break. Which player holds the record for the most goals in a single season in either the UEFA Cup or the Europa League? And the answer is...
Falcao.
Yeah. 17 goals for
Porto. I told you.
17.
I'm sure, right? I remember watching that particular season.
Yeah. 2010-11.
Right. I'm sure he played up front with Hulk was on one side, and I can't remember the other guy, but they were just ripping through teams, and Falcao was just scoring every game.
Before his knee injury,
frightening.
Forget about it.
Remember Atletico when he scored the hat-trick against Chelsea?
Forget about it.
In about 10 minutes.
So good. Almost like players that are forgotten. The kids won't remember him. No. Do you know what I mean?
He had a nickname. He had a good nickname.
It'll take about 20 years for you to get it. Find a nickname for us, please.
I'll get it, mate.
Right, go on then. All right, it's half-time in this evening's early Europa League kick-off. Nottingham Forest are currently drawing 0-0 away at Sturm Graz. That's over on talkSPORT 2. And Celtic are taking on Mitchell and Paul. Mitchell watching for talkSPORT. Paul.
It's Midtjylland 3, Celtic 0. A late goal towards the end of the first half is done for Celtic. What a great opening half hour. Both teams were going for it. Plenty of chances at both ends, but Celtic came under increasing pressure and they cracked really off the back of some poor defending. They lost the opening goal after 33 minutes. Philip Billing with a header back across from a Gorgoza cross on the left-hand side. Miguel Gorgoza got onto the score sheet himself just 2 minutes later, cutting inside from the left-hand side. Louis Anthony Rouse Ralston for dead and curling in a beautiful shot. And then Francesco Diu, who's the top scorer now, 18 goals for the season for Midtjylland. Well, it fell to him in the box. Celtic had many players there, but his first touch and finish was outstanding. Celtic have been outshot by 14-2. They've been outscored by 3-0, and they are struggling. Midtjylland 3, Celtic 0.
So someone's put it right. Benty to say Villa finished 10th, but when the Europa League is a good season is hypocritical. When you slagged off Big Ange, you did the same. No, he finished 4th bottom.
Yeah.
And clearly he wasn't good enough because you sacked him.
Yeah. How can they compare those things?
Do you know what I mean?
How can finishing 10th and 4th bottom can be compared as the same? It's crazy. All right, following us from 7 o'clock, Natalie Sawyer hosts live coverage of Aston Villa against Maccabi Tel Aviv at games in the Europa League. Last month, it was announced that away fans would be banned from attending the game due to safety concerns. Let's get the latest as we cross there now and speak to talkSPORT's Nick Ellaby. Nick, what is the situation now? Obviously, 90 minutes away from kick-off. What's it like outside?
Evening, Ade. Yeah, we made our way just down underneath the Trinity Road stand where the main protest is taking place, that pro-Palestinian protest. There was some talk online of up 10,000, 20,000 people, but at the moment I would say it's probably more like 500, 600 people, a couple of Villa fans just running past, shouting up the Villa. Now there's, as I say, 500 people, maybe a lot of Palestinian flags, selling Palestine football shirts. There are a lot of banners. The main message of this protest is these people are asking for Israel to be kicked out of FIFA and UEFA. Some of the banners reading "Red card for Israel," "Game over Israel," "Sanction Israel now," "Kick Israel out of FIFA," and also blaming the BBC for covering up what they're calling a genocide in Israel. In terms of the counter-protests, we're not quite sure how many people, or even if that will end up materialising. We do know that Tommy Robinson said he would attend the game in a Maccabi Tel Aviv shirt, the founder of the English Defence League. There will be some pro-Israeli supporters holding placards in support of British Jews here. But all of this kind of overshadowing the game of football we've got tonight. I've had a lot of fans telling me that many people have stayed away, especially women and young children, but also other fans supporting the protests, and some saying that they didn't want this game, even Villa fans saying they didn't want this game going ahead at all. I spoke to a few fans and a few protesters outside the stadium today, and here's what they told me.
Try and get Nick Ellaby back a bit later. You just heard a little snippet there of that was Ben Jacobs speaking to Mauricio Pochettino. So let's go into that. That's the latest episode of the talkSPORT Daily podcast. It's out now on YouTube and all podcast platforms. The USA men's team manager and the former Spurs and Chelsea boss Mauricio Pochettino sat down for an exclusive half-an-hour interview with talkSPORT's Ben Jacobs. That is, of course, available to listen to in full now. But let's hear a little bit of it. And Ben asked Poch this about a potential return to England.
Do you feel you've got unfinished business in the Premier League, and could we see you back there managing one day?
Maybe it's possible, yes. What is my challenge in the future, of course, after the World Cup and being now focusing in the national team, USA national team, is maybe to come back one day to the Premier League. We were so close with Tottenham to win the Premier League and the Champions League, and I think the fans. I think not the fans, but I think in that case we wanted to win the Premier League and the Champions League, because in that case Tottenham is a club that deserves this type of titles, this type of trophies. And yes, why not one day to come back to the Premier League? For me, the Premier League is the best league in the world, the most competitive, and yes.
And look, I think he'll be welcome back. I guess to which club is the question, right? I mean, you can go down a list of top clubs, and there's always vacancies, let's be honest. He was heavily linked with the Manchester United job. I think people forget that, heavily linked with that job. To the point where he thought like it was almost his. So he will come back, and I expect him to come back straight after the World Cup. I expect him to do what he needs to do in the USA. It's a big challenge, but also a challenge that's so rewarding if he gets it right. But can you see him in the Premier League start next season for someone?
Start next season, I'm not sure, but listen, he's going to be back in the Premier League. I think he spoke about his love for the Premier League and London in particular. And yeah, why not? I mean, he's a good manager. I never quite put him in that same bracket as other people put him at elite status, and they were putting him up there with Klopp and Pep and them guys. But I think he's a good manager. I think he did a decent job at Chelsea. But I think Spurs fans love him, and I think they're definitely taking him back at some point. So I expect him to be manager there at some point. But yeah, and he speaks so well. And I think the biggest thing about Mauricio Pochettino is that it always seems so humble. Whenever you speak to him, you hear people speaking to him, you never hear anyone have any bad words to say about him. It's like he's got time for everybody. It looks like he's enjoying himself over there in the USA as well. And as you said there, if he was to get that right, even if they
quarterfinals,
quarterfinal, semi-final, that's huge,
massive
for them.
Imagine what he does to the country there.
Oh my god, exactly. So no, I think he's a good manager, and I think we'll see him back one day.
All right, let's hear a bit more from Poch now. And Ben asked him this about the England team.
Thomas Tuchel, how will he fare with England at the World Cup?
No, it's going to be nice. I think England is an amazing team, amazing players. He's a great coach, and for sure they're going to be their candidates in all the the draws. For sure, England is one of the teams that you put in place with the possibility to win.
And just my final question, have you ever had the opportunity to manage England, or would you ever like the opportunity to manage England? Because maybe this job with America, even though it's your focus, gives you the kind of bug to stay in international management. What about England one day?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? I am a person that I remember always Jorge Bernardo Grifa, that was my mentor when I was a 13-year-old. I write to Español, said, Mauricio, don't fight against football. You follow your what you feel, and football is going to do the job and to bring where the football won. But you let bring by football. And always, who knows in the future what can happen.
It's a perfect way to leave it, isn't it? Who knows? Doesn't shut the door on anything.
He'd have to come back.
Yeah, and managers like him, that age bracket as well, where you kind of feel like he still knows a lot about the game. He'll be wanted for years to come.
It will be.
Yeah.
I guess it'll just come down to the level. Like, as anything does. I mean, you look at the Premier League table and you're thinking, all right, where currently could you see him going once he leaves the USA job? He's not going to Arsenal, City, Liverpool. Like even someone like, I'm a big fan of Bournemouth, Areola. Could he go there? Brilliant. He could go there, do a good job there. Palace, if Glasner was to leave, do you know what I mean? So I think there are jobs for him. But again, he's got to pick the right one. He's got to pick the right one and feel like he can get the best out of that side. And I always go back to what he did at Southampton. That's what got him the Spurs gig.
That's what got him the gigs, isn't it?
Some of the players that he brought through that club. Wow.
Yeah, no, top manager, and we wish him good luck in what he's doing over in the US as well. All right, that was the latest episode of the talkSPORT Daily podcast with Ben Jacobs and Mauricio Pochettino. It's available right now on YouTube and all podcast platforms to download right now. When we come back, we are going to have team news from all the European games played this evening. evening. You're listening to Drive on talkSPORT. Ade Oladipo, Darren Bent, and Just Eat. Score yourself a stunning delivery straight to your door. Following us from 7 o'clock, Natalie Sawyer hosts live coverage of Aston Villa against Maccabi Tel Aviv in the Europa League. We're going to have team news from there very shortly. Now, though, earlier on talkSPORT Breakfast, Alan Brazil and Ray Party Parlour were joined by Gunners Invincible Lauren, who discussed the differences between his Arsenal backline and the current one.
Anyone can fit on that back four and do well, but the fact that you keep Saliba and Gabriel in that central back position is vital in order to be able to win the Premier League. So the team is balanced at the back, is balanced in the middle. I would like also to detach Declan Rice. I mean, the fact that Declan Rice has been playing a couple of years and this season has been absolutely outstanding. So, I mean, the team is it's not just the hope, and I believe that this season we are in the right position to win the Premier League.
You know, when I think of Arsenal's best defence, obviously, look, 1-0 to the Arsenal under George Graham, right? That defence of Winterburn, Dixon, was it Bold, Adams, Keown on the bench, Seaman in goal, and then the invincible one, Lauren, Cole, Campbell, Toure.
Mm-hmm.
How close is the defence now to that? Arsenal's defence now is mean.
Yeah, it's mean. I mean, they're pretty close, but I think in order for us to really consider them, like, yeah, they've got to win something. And listen, I hope it's this season, as you well know. But you go back to that George Graham team, they won things. That Invincible teams, they won things. If this Arsenal team can win something, then that back four automatically gets put up there. And then you start having that debate. But until they've won anything, it's always hard to kind of compare, because them teams, they managed to get it done. Do you know what I mean? They got it done. So when they do it, which I hope this season, then it's a whole different discussion.
All right, the teams are in now, and Jim Proudfoot has all the details. Jim. Oh, no, we're coming. We're going to go over to Jim very shortly. Obviously, Jim's been watching the game. He'll be watching the game, Palace versus AZ Alkmaar. We'll come and get those teams very shortly. So if Arsenal don't win anything, you're not recognising the squad. And the reason I sort of push back on that is because even that Liverpool team that pushed City all the way, even though they didn't win anything, I still think of that front three. I know they went on to win something, but that season when they didn't win it.
But there you go. Okay. You know what I mean? You've got to be able to get to the top of the mountain and get over it. You know what I mean? You have to be able to do it, and I think this team can do that. But it's hard comparing like teams that don't win to teams that do. I mean, you're talking about that Invincibles team that went the whole season unbeaten.
Yeah.
That's rock solid.
Yeah.
I know they conceded goals, but I mean, that will never be done again, going the whole season unbeaten. I know Liverpool close a couple of times, but yeah, and I hope it's this season. I really do. As you
right, bit of a full start now. We have the team news. Aston Villa versus Maccabi Tel Aviv. Jim Proudfoot has the details for us. Jim.
Ade, good evening to you. Well, a game that's been played out to a soundtrack of political protest sees Villa make 5 changes to the side that lost at Liverpool. Ollie Watkins is amongst those rested, along with skipper John McGinn. They're both on the bench. Marlon and Sancho replace them. Lindelof, Maatsen and Bakada are all recalled too, with Cash, Digne and Kamara rotated out. So it's Martinez in goal, Lindelof, Konsa, Pau Torres and Maatsen, Anana and Bakada, Gesson, Rodgers and Sancho, and Daniel Marlon up front. A win takes Villa to 9 points from 12. Their opponents, Maccabi, have taken just 1 so far. They include the Israeli international number 10, Dor Peretz, likely to play up front as a false 9. Andy Townsend's alongside me, and the build-up from Villa Park with Natalie Sawyer begins at 7.
You know, removing all what's going on off the pitch, that should be a good game of football between those two teams. Over on talkSPORT 2, you can hear Crystal Palace against AZ Alkmaar in the Conference League. Ollie Klink has the teams for us. Ollie.
Yeah, thanks, Ade. Crystal Palace hoping to pick up their first home win of the league phase of the Conference League tonight. They take on Dutch side AZ Alkmaar, who have won their last 5 on the spin, but they are level on points with Palace in this competition. Oliver Glasner makes just 1 change from the Palace side that beat Brentford at the weekend. Daichi Kamada drops to the bench. In comes Will Hughes. So they line up with Henderson in goal, Richards, Lacroix and Gahey. Munoz and Mitchell are the wing-backs, with Lerma and Hughes in the middle. Pino and Sarr are in behind Mateta up top. As for Alkmaar, 3 changes from their win over Sparta Rotterdam. Out come Cassius, De Witt and Jensen. In come Dijkstra, Chavez and Sadiq. The former Tottenham striker Troy Parrott leads the line up front for them. This game will be live over on talkSPORT 2. I'll be alongside the former Palace midfielder Darren Ambrose at Selhurst Park. It's Crystal Palace against AZ Alkmaar.
Cheers, Ollie. Thank you very much. This one might be a tough one for Rangers. They welcome Roma to Ibrox in the Europa League. David Tanner is watching for talkSPORT and has the teams for us. David.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, isn't it? And Rangers have made 3 changes to the team that lost the League Cup semi-final to Celtic at the weekend. Surprisingly, centre-back Nasser Jigar and striker Youssef Chermiti.
Yeah, that was hurting all of our ears. we are going to try and get that team news from David, but yeah, we need to sort out his comms first. It is a tough ask, isn't it? And, look, Rangers do have, actually decent run of European form, but Roma go into Ibrox. I mean, considering what's happened at Rangers in the last few months, that's a tough ask.
It is a tough ask, and you're right. I mean, the managerial situation there, they've got the guy now, but it just feels like a lot has gone on. It just hasn't been good, has it, for Rangers whatsoever? I mean, you look at 4th in the SPL, it's not good enough. Miles off the pace behind Hearts, like miles. But yeah, if they can have a good European run, and maybe a victory tonight or a good performance tonight might just kind of kickstart their season. Yeah,
what at Crystal Palace and what they're doing under Glasner? Obviously, AZ Alkmaar, it's mad, isn't it? Considering AZ Alkmaar have always been in Europe. Crystal Palace are just entering this, and Crystal Palace are already favourites, not just to win this game, but potentially win the whole thing.
It's just one of them where you get the right manager in.
Shows the power of the Premier League as well.
The power of the Premier League. They get the right manager in, right coach. He's getting the best out of his players. I mean, what he's done for Mateta is absolutely scary. Mateta looks like one of the most complete centre-forwards now around Europe, scoring goals at a really good rate as well.
He's Drogba-like, isn't he? In terms of being in the air, physical presence.
Yeah, big.
Obviously, still needs to go that some way, but in terms of just the presence.
Yeah, to hold the ball up, to bring others in. Great celebration when he scores as well. He tucked the shirt in as well, which made all the
old school tucking the shirt in,
which made all the difference as well. But now they've got a really, really good squad, like 1 to 11, 1 to 12. They've got some good players there. If they pick up certain injuries, which you hope doesn't happen, that might derail them. But if not, they've got a really, really good team now.
They certainly do. Benty, as always, thank you very much.
See you tomorrow.
Join us tomorrow, same time, 4 to 7 on Drive. Dan Bigger will join us as well for the final hour of that one. But it is live Europa League football next. Natalie Sawyer hosts Aston Villa versus Maccabi Tel Aviv.